Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise. This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
(25:56) Tuesday morning, second day of the month, called July 2025. 97.3 Citi FM. Good morning to you. Welcome to a brand new show on a brand new day. Same old purpose, pushing the national interest, starting on the wavelength of a beautiful medley by Gramophone. Starts by saying Sawunyamia Yebiamawa Eyaka. Now it says Tremekwine Namanyera. What a beautiful song. Simple yet so profound. In fact, the first song brings to mind the story of the 10 lepers. They had gone to see Christ and he instructed them to go show themselves to the priests. One of them, when he saw he was healed, came back praising God in a loud voice. He threw himself at Jesus' feet and thanked him, and he was a Samaritan. But Christ asked him, were not all 10 cleansed? Where are the other 9? Has no one returned to give praise to God except this foreigner? Then he said to him, rise up and go. Your faith has made you well. all too soon, all too quickly. We're very fixated on our wants and our needs. We forget too easily. And we are very quiet about our breakthroughs and the miracles. When people need something, they would distress you. After you've sorted them out, they just forget. Do not be like the other 9. As a nation, let's not be like the other 9. Let's count our blessings. Let's be grateful for them. And let's be loud about our praise. Be reckless in your praise. Oh, I love this one. No, la la le, ingona kwa, una. So it's 29 after 6. Let's get into business sense this morning. I heard this somewhere. I thought it was profound. It says numbers are everything, but the right number is all things. Numbers are everything, but the right number is all things. We're in an age where people are always asking for the analytics. What are your numbers? If you're a business, if you're a startup, they always ask you, what are your numbers? If you're looking for sponsorship, question is, what are your numbers? Whatever it is, people are always looking for the numbers because the numbers show your reach, they show your impact, they show your influence. And so people even buy numbers, whether they are doing live streams, whether it's a channel, whatever it is, people care about numbers because big numbers tell how big you are. Well, while numbers are everything in our day and time, the right number is all things. So you could have 1 million people following you, none of them have any influence or substance. But if you have 3 people, they have gravitas, they matter, you are good. So don't just chase numbers, chase the right number. Don't just chase so many voices, look out for the right voice. Because indeed, while it is true that in the multitude of counsel there is safety, in the multitude of wrong counsel there is misdirection. So look out for numbers, but always drill down to the right numbers. Business Sense is brought to you by Access Bank. Access Bank is more than banking. Access Bank is bringing you the Faketwa Beji Kesia promo. Simply deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis into your new or existing Access Bank account or your savings account to join the promo. Increase it to 500 Ghana cedis or more and qualify for a draw. For our youth customers, spend 500 Ghana cedis or more with any Access Visa card and qualify for a reward. The more you deposit, the higher your chances of winning. So don't sit back, deposit now and stand a chance to win a share of over 500,000 Ghana cedis in cash and other amazing rewards like PS5, iPhone 16, Chromebook, and much more in our 4 monthly mini draws and 2 mega draws. This promo runs from now to September in partnership with the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Join the Faketwa Beji Kesia train. Save now for the future and win big. www.ghana.accessbankplc.com is the website. Call to a free number 0800 004400. Access Bank is certainly more than banking. It's a medley that many love. Join us. It's an interactive show 0549 986 996 is the number. My name is Caleb. Welcome aboard.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
If you have 250 Ghana cedis right now, it can do wonders for you. Chairman, Fabeji, it could turn your tears into joy in the Access Bank Fakitwabeji Kese promo. Madam, Fabeji, it could get you up to 50,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. Business owner, Fabeji, as a student, make transactions with your Access Bank card, and that could get you Spotify and Netflix subscriptions, PS5, iPhone 16 Pro Max, and more. This be out of class sense. Fabeji, you see what 250 Ghana cedis can do for you? And Gasakra. Fabeji, it's the Access Bank Fakitwabeji Kesia promo. Deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis and its multiples in your new or existing account and be on your way to winning a share of the 580,000 Ghana cedis in cash prizes and other amazing rewards. The more you deposit, the more your chances of winning. Promo runs from now to September 2025. This promo is in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Not You platform. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
I really love to be alone without all the ache and pain and the April showers. But it ain't long before I long for you like a ray of hope coming through the blue. Darker than the whole thing falls apart, I guess. It doesn't really matter about the rain, 'cause we'll get through it anyway. We'll get up and start again, 'cause we could be lifted, lifted, lifted. We could be lifted from the shadow.
Beautiful song from the Lighthouse Group, and it's called Lifted. Looking forward to an uplifting day, uplifting show, uplifting company. The news review is coming your way shortly. We'll be getting into all of that, the headlines and beneath them. It's proudly brought to you by Fidelity Bank. From the dreams of youth to the ambitions of adulthood, wherever you are on your journey, starting a career, building a family, growing a business, or planning your future, we are here for your journey. Every goal deserves the chance to flourish. With hard work, dedication, and a strong belief in yourself, the seed of greatness is within reach. And trust me, you will be lifted. So trust in the journey and understand that Fidelity Bank is with you every step of the way. Together, let's turn your dreams into reality. We are here for your journey. Just believe with us. It's 3676. Good morning to Bernardino Kokua Blair.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Sporting a pink shirt, beautiful tie.
Yes, please.
Yeah, man, some gala in the horizon.
No, today is actually Wednesday.
As well,
Yes.
I said Tuesday.
I was born on a Wednesday.
Oh, for Koku.
I took offense when you decided to
I'm
change.
sorry, forgive me.
I don't know what I would have done if they called me Kobna.
Kobla.
It would not be, it would have sounded some way.
No, it wouldn't have been bad though. But the Koku is the brand.
But do you know that the day of the week you're born affects the way you live?
It does, eh?
I'm told that Kwekus like talking.
Yeah.
That's what I'm told.
Yeah.
I've seen, somebody said it's
No,
true.
the Kokus, they are hard. They are hard guys.
You know, our former president was born on Wednesday.
Which of them?
My dad is a Kweku. Doesn't talk much.
Your dad has spelled our record. Because a lot of Kwekus are talkers.
Yeah, and they are strong leaders.
But we are Otoknadu. When we talk, we do.
Okay. Okay.
I will list them for you one of these days. Kweku Sechiado.
I'll look forward to it.
Baku.
Yes.
Kwaku Anyidoho.
Yes, sir.
There are plenty.
I think Otunfo is also a Wednesday born.
Of course.
So
Charlie, we are solid people.
we can see. We can see. Good morning, Francisca. Good morning to
Good morning.
you.
How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you.
Yeah,
You have some
so
papers.
A lot of newspapers with
Today.
some very interesting headlines. The Chronicle leaves with Mahama cautions Ghanaians against tribalism.
Yeah.
His photograph here dressed in a smock. Sun winning is threatening Volta Lake, according to Frank Anodompre, who's the minority chief whip. Those are the Chronicle front page stories.
Yeah.
Okay, on the front page of the Herald newspaper,
Yeah.
U.S. Embassy breaks silence on Sakawa lovers and inheritance grabbers as first Ghanaian internet fraud suspect gets extradited. One Ghana CD Dumso levy takes effect on July 16, GRA confirms. Ex-OSP investigator sues over unfair termination. And also, Volta Regional Minister commends NLA for swift disaster relief, and SEC blows alarm on dubious investment schemes.
The Daily Graphic is rich with a beautiful photograph of the president, the vice president, and some men of God.
Right.
Nation stands in prayer. Offers thanks, rededicates to good virtues. Also, President charges Ghanaians to embrace common identity. That's also on the front page of the Daily Graphic. Right. And then Amemfiman Rural Bank posts 42% investment return. Board issues 100% bonus shares to shareholders. That's good news. Indian Prime Minister arrives today for state visit. Meanwhile, re-elected GJ president says media will hold government accountable. Now, on the back page, gold board licensing regime enforced. Gold trading without license is a crime, according to Sami Jemfi. And then minister visits Leap Payment Center. So quite a lot of stories in the graphic today.
Well, the Inquisitor leads with 2024 MPP defeat. Frank Edu blasts and Nana and Ken says they were disastrous. Atok concludes debt restructuring talks in China. That's the finance minister. Also, gold board exports hit $5 billion. In H1, that's the first half, 2025, beating 2024 total. National prayer and Thanksgiving held.
The News Center leads with the prayer session, Ghana above self for common good, dignity, and moral leadership. That's the headline. Also, $4 billion 24-hour economy plan to deliver 1.7 million jobs. Guzitano is photographed here. Right. $100 million romance scam. So the other story you read, Dada Joe remix extradited to the US, and then EcoBank commits 32 million to drive clean energy adoption in Ghana, and then the gold board licenses 240 buyers is also here by the CEO.
On the front page of the Ghanaian Times, thank you, Lord. President Mahama leads national prayer. Also, 2-4 resumes Boku conflict mediation at Menchia, and support president to deliver on mandates. That's coming from Cardinal Texan as he rallies Ghanaians and Christians as well as Muslims. Twists and turns in GJA elections as Albert Jumfor retains power. Details on page 10.
The Daily Analyst is also leading with that Jumfor thanks Ghanaian journalist after massive win. Meanwhile, National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving. Let's build bridges, not barriers. Mahama urges Ghanaians. And then this romance scam is really finding some love in the newspapers. Dada Joe remix extradited to the US. Meanwhile, an easy calm at MPA over continuous stay in office by NPP appointed deputy CEO, and then health minister confirms 107 COVID-19 cases at the University of Ghana.
The Daily Post, let us remain vigilant against the voices of tribalism. That's President Mahama. Also, 70% of Ghanaians believe the country is headed in the right direction. That's a survey, details on page 4. And Attorney General files motion to strike out CJ Tokono's judicial review.
Meanwhile, the Informer leaves with Frank Edu's photograph, revealed procurement fraud killing Ghana. This is from his interview a couple of days ago. Babin calls for mindset revolution towards 24-hour economy policy. Coalition reiterates call in Galamsey, declares state of emergency. Also, incriminating allegations against NDC chairman. Government urged to institute investigation. Meanwhile, MPP disowns Abronye over unguarded remarks about Duncan Williams. Then, if you go to the BNFT, you've done that already?
No, you can do that.
No, you have that BNFT before I go to the publisher.
So the BNFT front page stories: GMA stakeholders unite against harassment at sea. On tax, the headline is AGI urges government to account for environmental levies and government to unlock 6 billion in concessional loans for MSMEs. Also, inside the fight to curb timber smuggling, policy, policing, and the path forward. Latifa Abubakar wins Best Project Management Prize in Africa.
Yes,
and congratulations to him.
The Ghanaian Observer, keep hands off judiciary, Shia Imam wants NDC. Also, lest we forget, by the lady president of the GBA, Fuagate. Other stories: Sun winning Indigenous Voter League are not on presses, and Gold Board approves 240 buyers. This is from the CEO. Let's go online.
I take you online. PRC overburdening consumers to cover ACG's inefficiencies. Cats International cutting in strong. Akufo-Addo's COVID-19 legacy aiding UG's outbreak response. This is Akwesi Akwa. Parliament approves $360 million World Bank loan to support 2025 budget. And we are told NEIP has a new boss. Owusu Abebio is the man named to chair that agency. Akufo-Addo's best years were before COVID-19. Eugene entry in that interview with Umaru Sanda Amadou. If you go to citynewsroom.com, he's quoted here as saying, "I don't want Mahama to succeed." That's here. We'll bring you details of that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he doesn't want Mahama to succeed. We'll tell you why. The details are there. AGI Guta warned tariff hike could undermine 24-hour economy rollout. And on the 24-hour economy policy to be launched today, Cats International threatens legal action over PRC tariff. NPP was punished for failing to listen to Ghanaians. This is Eugene entry again in that interview with Umaru Sanda Amadou. Ghana's transformation depends on all of us, not just the president. This is Cardinal Texan speaking here. If you go to the High Street Journal, interesting headline here, Bernard. July jitters and opportunities. Taxes, tariffs, and policy shifts shaping Ghana's economic outlook. Big one there. Bring you details shortly. And Ghana nears debt restructuring deal with China after finance minister's official visit. MTN data glitch triggers ministerial intervention as company works to restore services. I take you to my journal online quickly. GRA says July 16 for implementation of postponed energy sector levy amendment. Now on Togo, Africans are now telling governments what democracy must deliver. Chukwuemeka Eze wants elites. And then also government moves to secure COVID-19 vaccines as over 100 cases are recorded. How blood gold is fueling conflict in West Africa. This is on the BBC. We are told also one of Nigeria's richest men buried in Saudi Arabia. And Liberian president killed in coup gets state funeral after 45 years. And CNN quickly before we go. As two African nations sign a peace deal, Trump wants credit, but some fear peace may still elude them. This is talking about Rwanda and DRC. 16 dead and hundreds injured in Kenya protests, Amnesty International says.
So let's lead with the nation stands in prayer. I think that story is everywhere. And then the romance scam is also pretty common. Daily graphic is starting with that says, it starts with the scripture. If my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear them from heaven and heal their land and forgive their sins. Now, the story by Kester Abraham Crunchy basically says the nation vividly demonstrated yesterday the spirit and letter of 2 Chronicles 7:14, when Christians and Muslims held separate but aligned prayer services as part of the first National Day of Prayer, marked under the July 1 Republic Day rubric. There's a photograph of Cardinal Pichak Kojo Apia Texan, who is possibly the highest ranking Ghanaian prelate in the world, leading members of the clergy to pray for President Mahama and Vice President Professor Nana Jane. Photographs include the Nicholas Duncan Williams, Dark Edward Mills, and Apostle, I think the head of the Church of Pentecost. They were all photographed there. Now, the president's message is captured on pages 32 and 33, where he asks Ghanaians to embrace a common identity. The Chronicle chooses to focus on him saying we should be wary of tribalism. So basically, the president was asking the nation to unite, to unite our commitment to justice, honesty, and sacrifice, and express gratitude to both the Christian and Muslim community for coming together to make sure that the first day of prayer works.
Yeah,
so I think that's a good summary of what he said and what happened yesterday.
Yes, the only one I would chip in is Cardinal saying Ghana's transformation depends on all of us, not just the president. William Na writes that on City Newsroom. His Eminence Cardinal Peter Kojo Appiah Texan has reminded Ghanaians that the task of transforming the nation cannot rest solely on the shoulders of President John Dramani Mahama, but must be a collective responsibility of all citizens.
Then the center spread of the graphic, finally on that, before you move to the romance matter, there's also a nice feature on the Muslim prayer that was held. That was in the forenoon, I think around 11 to 12ish, and then it gives an account of what was said at that particular event as well. All right, let's come to the other story that's trending this morning.
Yes, and U.S. Embassy breaks silence on Sakawa lovers and inheritance grabbers. This comes with 3 pictures of 3 men: Isaac Kofi Oduro Boateng, Joseph Kwadwo Bedu Boateng, and Inusa Ahmed. The story reads, the United States government has officially commented on the recent extradition of a Ghanaian national, Joseph Kwadwo Bedu Boateng, alias Dada Joe Remix, who is set to face criminal prosecution in the U.S. for his alleged role in a multi-million-dollar fraud scheme. He's part of a group of 4 Ghanaians whose names were recently seen in a letter bearing the signature of the Minister of Interior, Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak, and addressed to the magistrate of the District Court in Accra. It is not clear when the 3 others will be extradited. They were alleged to be involved in a cybercrime scheme that netted over $100 million in fraud. The U.S. District Court is reported to have indicted the 4 Ghanaians in the Southern District of New York as early as May 30, 2023. The court charged them with conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering in relation to a criminal enterprise operating out of Ghana. It wasn't until last Monday that they were arrested. According to a statement published yesterday, Tuesday, 1st July 2025 via Facebook, a Facebook page operated by the U.S. Department of State through its Diplomatic Security Service, that's DSS. Boateng has been indicted for allegedly operating a fraud ring that exploited romance and inheritance scams to defraud American citizens of several millions of dollars. Boateng was indicted on charges of running a fraud ring that used romance and inheritance schemes to defraud U.S. victims of several millions. The subject is now in the United States to face justice. The statement read. The extradition, the extradition was carried out in close collaboration between DSS agents at the U.S. Embassy in Accra and Ghanaian law enforcement with support from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI.
So that story is in about a number of papers. The Herald leads with it is in the News Center as well as a couple of other papers. Now, I wanted to touch briefly on something. GRA said to implement the Postponed Energy Sector Amendment Levy from July 16. So that's in 2 weeks' time. The Ghana Revenue Authority, this is my Joy Online's version, has announced that the implementation of the Energy Sector Levies Act 1141, will officially begin on 16 July, following a temporary suspension last month. Now, in a statement signed by Acting Commissioner General Anthony Kwesi Sapong, the authority references earlier communication on June 13, which disclosed the government's decision to postpone the levies rollout. That move, the GRA explained, was done in consultation with the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Energy to allow for closer monitoring of global market conditions. Now, we don't know if the conditions have improved, but the GRA is now telling us that that levy will be implemented from July 16.
Okay, sorry.
Yes,
Still on levies. AGI urges government to account for environmental levies. The Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, has called on government to provide greater transparency and accountability in the use of environmental levies collected from businesses across the country. According to John Defo, Director of Policy and Research at AGI, although businesses continue to comply with payments under the Environmental Excise Tax, EET, and Sanitation Levy, there's little evidence of how these funds are being used to tackle the growing plastic waste and sanitation challenges facing Ghana.
Good one.
We are fulfilling our tax obligations, but we don't see government putting those taxes to the intended use, Mr. Defo said. The Environmental Excise Tax, introduced in 2013, requires companies importing plastic raw materials to pay 10% of the CIF, that's cost, insurance, and freight value. Half of the revenue from this tax is meant to support plastic waste management infrastructure. In addition, the sanitation levy, popularly known as Bola tax, places a 10 pesewa charge on every litre of fuel purchased. Mr. Defo noted that these levies generate significant revenue and should be channeled into waste management, among others.
Linked to that, packed water producers are demanding suspension of new excise tax. They are warning of price hikes and industry pressure. So as Ghana ushers in a raft of mid-year fiscal measures, the country's packed water industry is raising alarm over what it calls a redundant and punishing new tax. The National Association of Sachet and Packaged Water Producers, NASPAWAP, is urging the Ministry of Finance to immediately suspend the newly introduced 5% excise tax on plastic packaging, which took effect on July 1. The association describes the levy as a duplication of an already existing 10% environmental excise tax at the ports, one that's been in place since 2011.
Now, I heard a story about the finance minister in China.
Correct.
Finishing our debt or sort of making some progress with our debt.
So Ghana nears debt restructuring deal with China.
If you can give me some highlights
after finance minister's official visit. So Ghana is inching closer to getting a debt restructuring deal with one of its significant bilateral creditors, China, after an official visit by the Minister for Finance, Dr. Kasiel Atuforsen. Now, after concluding the visit, Dr. Atuforsen described the engagements with China's key financial institutions as constructive and forward-looking. Now, in a reassuring announcement marking the end of his official mission to China, the minister revealed that significant progress has been made in the country's debt restructuring efforts, a major milestone in Ghana's economic recovery agenda.
Now, just to let you know, the Indian Premier is visiting Ghana in a state visit today. The graphic
very
has that
welcome.
on page 53. We know there's a very large and successful Indian community in Ghana, and the two countries have had a very good relationship. So, Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, will be in the country today for a 2-day state visit. The Indian Prime Minister's visit will be the first in 30 years since an Indian Prime Minister visited the country. Now, this forms part of efforts to deepen bilateral relations between Ghana and India, which have spanned over 6 decades. Now, Foreign Minister Kuyatwa Blackwa said the leaders of the two countries, although bilateral engagements, signed many MOUs on various sectors of mutual benefit to the countries. The talks, as has been agreed, will focus on agriculture, health, defense, cooperation, and the establishment of a joint commission, which will also hold talks on becoming the vaccine hub of Africa.
Nice.
You know, India has done pretty well in the drugs manufacturing sector.
Sure.
Mr. Blackwell said the agreement to be signed would, among other things, include an MOU between the Institute of Traditional and Alternative Medicine of the University of Ghana.
Right.
We also told that there will be a state banquet held in honor of the Indian leader, while he will be conferred with the country's highest honor, the Companion of the Order of the Star of Ghana, stating that he would also address Parliament tomorrow, Thursday. So, really, really interesting stuff there with Narendra Modi visiting Ghana.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm staying with the Business and Financial Times. One more story. This is from Samuel Douna. Why we missed the June deadline for 5G rollout. So it kind of gives a background, a rather long background. I'll see what I can do. On November 1, 2024, there was a grand event at La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, which marked the ceremonial launch of Ghana's first shared 4G, 5G network under an exclusive 10-year license granted to Next Generation Infrastructure Company, NGIC. But it was not yet an operational launch, which would have meant the network was actually live for public consumption from that date. As we speak today, it has been 6 months since the launch, but there's still no live public 5G network in Ghana yet. Speaking of live 5G network, the then Minister of Communications and Digitalization, Ursula Owusu Ekufo, under whose tenure the ceremonial launch was done, gave a December 2024 deadline for all 3 telcos in Ghana, MTN, Telecel, and AT Ghana, to roll out live 5G networks for public consumption. In fact, she said the network was ready, and so if by December 2024 any telco was not offering 5G, then customers should question that telco.
Not to catch you, but the thing is, the long article that some of the one I was trying to explain why we missed
It hasn't rolled out yet.
It's a very good read, so people should get the
Okay.
BNFT page 3 and read it. The voter leak is under threat. Frank Anadompre is not
Sun
happy,
winning.
and I think it's a very good story. Minority Chief Whip Frank Anadompre, who's also MP for Nsawam Adrejuri, has sounded an alarm over illegal and unregulated sun winning activities threatening the voter lake, Ghana's largest inland water body. Indeed, the world's largest artificial man-made lake by surface area. Addressing Parliament yesterday, Mr. Dompe responded to a statement from Ayensuanu MP and commended the Speaker for allowing the issue to be discussed. He basically said that a lot more needs to be done to deal with the destruction of the voter lake.
Final one from City Newsroom. I don't want Mahama to succeed. Boachi Entry, former member of parliament for Subing Eugene, Boachi Entry has openly declared that he does not wish for President John Mahama to succeed in office, stating his desire for the New Patriotic Party to reclaim power in 2020. Just a quick quote. I want Mahama.
Let's put country above party and self. So
basically, he's saying that he wants his party back in office.
Two stories for you quickly. 24-hour economy policy to be launched today. This is citynewsroom.com. It says that Ghana's long-anticipated 24-hour economy policy will officially be launched today in an effort to drive economic transformation, enhance productivity, and tackle unemployment. And then Gold Board has approved 240 buyers according to the CEO. So that's the comprehensive list of those who are approved for trading. That's on the back page of the graphic. And then a couple of very interesting things, just highlight. I'm not going to read them. HIV/AIDS prevalent rate among petty traders is exceptionally high.
Wow.
And I think we need to think about that. This is the GNA reporting that petty traders record highest infection rate in community HIV self-testing project, according to Garnet. And then, it's a very important story.
We're told that in the whole of the Western region, there's not a single ICU, and that's an editorial in the Chronicle newspaper this morning. So for the
Minister of Health
authorities.
briefed Parliament on COVID and Mpox.
Excellent. That was the news review. Thank you, Bernardino Kokuavle, Francisca Kakra Forcing.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Gugomi, at what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. One pair way now, Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
My body, when you wake up in the morning, and you know the money calling. Oh, you go work. But you know it's out in your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out in your side. And when you dream, no say I live for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do. I live for you. Many want. If I believe I live your side. Fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I live your side, fidelity.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
And Nashika Caesar joins us with the breakfast edition of the City Business News, brought to you proudly by EcoBank and MTN. Welcome, Nashika. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Caleb.
Nice.
Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN Goil and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Coming up, government hopeful of passing upcoming executive board review by International Monetary Fund. Also coming up, government much touted 24-hour economy policy set to officially kick off today. And later, consumers to pay more for products and services as the Ghana Revenue Authority begins implementation of new revenue measures. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. The government says it is cautiously optimistic of passing the International Monetary Fund's upcoming Executive Board review of Ghana's economic program under the Extended Credit Facility (ECF) scheduled for early July. If approved, the review will pave way for a disbursement of approximately $370 million, bringing the total disbursement under the ECF to about $2.4 billion since May of 2023. There's more in this report by Daniel Sakiti.
The financial lifeline is expected to further anchor Ghana's ongoing recovery and strengthen efforts towards restoring debt sustainability. The optimism follows the IMF confirmation that a staff-level agreement was reached with Ghanaian authorities on April 15 for the fourth program review. IMF Communications Director Julie Kosak at an earlier press briefing stated that upon approval by its executive board, Ghana will be scheduled to receive about $370 million, bringing the total support under the extended credit facility to $2.4 billion since May of 2023. Market watchers say the anticipated approval is a vote of confidence in Ghana's fiscal reforms and structural adjustment efforts, which include domestic revenue mobilization, expenditure rationalization, and debt restructuring. Analysts add that a positive review would likely bolster investor confidence, stabilize the cedi, and further ease inflationary pressures. Beyond the immediate disbursement, Presidential Advisor on the Economy Setepe sees the review as pivotal for the economy.
We came in as a new government, of course with some experience, to complete the fourth review of the IMF program. It will be going to the board this July. It was to be end of June. All indications, including the staff, that's your measure. The staff who came to the country are saying that we think that things have gone well and the various structural measures and benchmarks and things have been met, which means that you can be cautiously optimistic that the IMF board would pass your program and you would get some injection into the economy, which is the essence of an austerity, of an austerity program.
You heard the presidential advisor on the economy, Seth Tekpe, ending that report by Daniel Sakiti. Now, the government much talked about 24-hour economy policy is set to officially take off on Wednesday, July 2. The program has been designed around three core objectives, which are industrialization, export promotion, and job creation. It will also introduce targeted interventions to encourage round-the-clock operations in key sectors. Citi Business News has been examining the integrated sub-programs of the policy and what they will mean for the country's economic transformation. Neela Tilati reports.
The 24-hour economy, according to the government, will not only increase production and exports but also reduce unemployment in the country, especially among the youth. Already, the program is expected to attract an estimated $4 billion in private sector investment over the next few years. In addition, the government has outlined 8 core pillars for implementation. First is Group 24, aimed at boosting agriculture for food sovereignty and sustainability. Make 24 focuses on driving Ghana's industrial future through manufacturing. Build 24 seeks to enhance infrastructure for integrated national growth, and Show 24 will harness the power of culture, creativity and tourism for job creation and national identity. The other thematic areas include Connect 24 to strengthen supply chains and market linkages, Fund 24 to mobilize capital for strategic investment, Aspire 24, which will focus on workplace development and mindset change, and Go 24 to drive civic engagement and improve government coordination. With this increased investment in agriculture and local manufacturing, the government is targeting to use the 24-hour economy policy to cut the country's food import bill by 50%. Ghana spends more than $3 billion annually on imports for basic food items that could easily be produced locally. This situation, according to government, is unsustainable. To reverse the trend and enable the country focus on producing what it consumes and export the surplus to tap into regional and global markets, Presidential Advisor of the 24-hour economy, Gusi Tano, believes the policy provides the framework just for this transformation to happen.
We do have targets, and the concept notes we're developing is designed and based on these targets, because no bank will finance you if you don't have a clear target of what your output is going to be, what your input is going to be. So we're expecting, for instance, in the agroecological parks, in the value chains, soya bean, groundnuts, rice and so on, to achieve targets over the 5-year period, which at the very least will let us cut imports by 50%.
Under the policy, government has also earmarked several strategic projects to foster 24-hour production and innovation. But how are businesses and industry prepared for the rollout?
Everybody in industry will be happy to produce 24 hours, because that means more money, more employment, bigger revenue, etc. So for us, we're always excited and ready. Our hope is that the 24-hour economy policy would address the fundamental bottlenecks that affect industry.
You have there the Greater Accra chairman of the Association of Ghana Industries, Chona Makelu, ending that report by Ni Lati Lati. Now, consumers may in the coming days or months have to brace themselves to pay more for some selected products and services as the Ghana Revenue Authority begins implementing a raft of new revenue measures starting today. These include the rollout of a modified tax regime targeting informal sector workers such as traders, along with a 5% excise tax on locally produced plastic products, as well as a 15% tax on non-life insurance premiums. There's more in the following report by Daniel Udu-Mensah and Emmanuel Opong.
Although Ghanaians have enjoyed some relative stability in the local currency in recent months, leading to a drop in the prices of some goods and services, this relief may be short-lived as the Ghana Revenue Authority rolls out a series of new taxes. Plastic manufacturers have already indicated plans to pass the full cost of the newly introduced 5% excise tax directly onto consumers.
Primarily, this 5% excise tax technically is called consumer tax. So we are supposed to pass this on to the final consumer. So for industry, really, it did not impact on us. It rather impacts 100% on the consumer. And this is why we've been agitating, and this is why we've been trying to have a dialogue with government, because for us, we see that if the consumer is not there, our business is not there.
This development could soon reflect in the cost of your everyday meals from your favorite food joints.
If there's an increase, it will make me increase a little. And I wouldn't say a little. I can't sell it 50 cedis. I can't 50 pesos. I might add like 1 cedi to the total cost of the food.
Some may accept it because we have to sell it. If we don't have to sell it and add it to the food, then the food might be enough. It might be enough for the people. So we have to sell it. This, for instance, I have to sell 2 cedi for the person to buy before I'll give the person the food.
Under the modified tax regime, informal sector operators earning below 20,000 cedis annually are required to pay a fixed quarterly tax of either 25 or 45 cedis. At the Abeka Market Enclave, some traders have welcomed the initiative.
They have to also consider with the smaller shops. 25 cedis, I think, is too much. It should rather be reduced. Looking at the big shops, I think what I would say is like the tax prices shouldn't be fixed, but they should just scan the shop, look at the quantity of items we have, the number of items we sell per day or within the month, and use to generate how much we are supposed to pay.
Tax analyst Francis Timoboy, however, suggests that the timing of the rollout could have been better. He acknowledges the rationale behind the move, but stresses the importance of sustained public education to ensure smooth compliance.
Because a lot more people buy, and unless you don't buy, you pay pay consumption tax in the form of either VAT or levies. So we should be able to push the agenda of the income tax, broaden it, let everybody contribute their fair share.
That was tax analyst Francis Tomoboy, ending that report filed by Daniel Odumensa and Emmanuel Opong. Now, the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, has confirmed that implementation of the Energy Sector Levies Amendment Act 2025, Act 1141, will officially take effect on July 16, 2025, following a temporary suspension last month. With the new date confirmed, the GRA says all systems are in place for a smooth implementation. Meanwhile, GOIL has reviewed its fuel prices at the pumps as part of the first pricing window of July. The oil marketing company has reduced the prices of Super XP petrol, which is now selling at 12.70 pesos per litre. However, the price of diesel XP has seen an upward adjustment, now selling at 13 cedis 20 pesos per litre. The new prices, which took effect from today, also show Super XP 95 being sold at 14 cedis 34 pesos per litre. Now, on the interbank market today, the dollar is going for 12 cedis 40 cedis, the British pound is going for 15 cedis 80 pesos, while the euro is going for 14 cedis 80 pesos. And that's all for the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, GOIL and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great business day.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
It's your day off and you end up looking after the baby while your wife goes off to work. You realize you have no idea how to change a diaper, so you video call your wife.
Hello, darling.
Yeah, hello. Hello.
Kojo, is everything all right?
Everything is not all right. I'm not seeing Topo. How do I change a baby's diaper, please?
Kojo. Okay, first, put the diaper.
The video call freezes. While you wait for the internet to catch up, the baby sprouts a fountain and wets the diaper. As you are getting a new one, your wife comes back online.
Kojo, no.
But I have to go and get a new diaper. What must I do next? I beg, quick.
Open the front of the diaper. It's the side that has...
Wow, look, the video freezes again. Abba.
By now, you know where the conversation is going. There's no buffering in real life, so why accept it from your internet connection? Get connected and experience ultra-fast internet to your home, powered by MTN Fiber Broadband. From the Internet Masters.
MTN, everywhere you go. This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
15 after 7, 97.3 City FM. Caleb Kuda here would make way for Edwin Kwaukofi soon, who would bring you Kickoff, which is our sports news segment on the City Breakfast Show. Just gone by was the breakfast edition of the City Business News, brought to you proudly by EcoBank, providing you with a money emergency number *770#. Save it. It will give you instant access to loans, funds transfer, utility payments, airtime, data purchases, even without data. Don't panic when you have a money emergency. EcoBank will come to your rescue. *770# is your solution to all your money emergencies. EcoBank is certainly the Pan-African bank. Now, have you ever thought about the true meaning of convenience? Well, let's keep it simple. Convenience is finding easy solutions to everyday hassles. Speaking of easy solutions, have you heard about M-Care from MTN and MedPharma? That's convenient healthcare for everyone. Let's face it, being sick is no fun at all. With M-Care, all that hassle, being in long queues for healthcare is gone. And especially when you sign up for the silver or gold packages, you get to choose between 10 Ghana Cedi or 161 Ghana Cedi per month and enjoy access to a doctor anytime, anywhere, and an efficient e-pharmacy with medication delivered to your doorstep. Guess what? It comes with life insurance cover for hospitalization and death, and health insurance depending on your package. Unbelievable, right? Now, what's more convenient than that? Download the MedPharma app to sign up to the silver or gold packages today. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Polytank, Shell, and Lesheho. Polytank says if you have to store water, the only name available, the only trusted brand, Polytank. We've been here for 3 decades, still going strong, trusted by all generations. Always choose Polytank for guaranteed quality. Durability is what you get for whatever you buy, no matter the size, and you get it at the same price across the country at Polytank partner shops. So choose Polytank. We do not request for Momo payments online, so please don't get scammed. Now, how do you want your engine to feel today? Confident, protected, ready to perform? Let's talk about Shell V-Power then. Shell V-Power with Dynaflex technology is specially formulated to clean and protect your engine, giving it that boost it needs. Feel unbeatable because the best choice just feels right. Feel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Shell, go well. And the Shell Don't Be campaigners come to you because you deserve financial peace. Whatever your challenge financially, let's help you face them, whether it's education, rent, or unexpected expenses. We've got the right loan to meet your needs. Call or WhatsApp now on 02700 4799, 02700 4733. A shareholder, let's improve life. Edwin Kwalkofi is next with Kickoff.
Alexander-Arnold. Oh, it's in! It's a fabulous header from Gonzalo Garcia.
Gonzalo Garcia's 54th minute header was enough to give Real Madrid a 1-0 win over Juventus at the Hard Rock Stadium and book their place in the quarterfinals of the Club World Cup. More reactions coming up from the tournament and later. A massive shock at Wimbledon as world number 2 Coco Gauff is knocked out in the first round. More coming up, plus some other news from the local scene. Kickoff is powered by Shell. Shell, go well. Polytank Ghana and Lesheho, let's improve life. Let's start from the doorsteps of the National Sports Authority, whose Director General Yao Ampofo-Ankra has formally requested legal documentation regarding the ongoing construction work at the Nkoko Sports Stadium. This move comes on the back of advice and directives to halt all unauthorized activities at the site until the necessary approvals and paperwork for the project being funded by a businessman and Member of Parliament for Abetifi Brian Champon are properly secured, providing further clarity on the matter. Yao Ampofo-Ankra disclosed that construction can resume immediately the appropriate construction guidelines and regulatory requirements are fulfilled.
There's a misconception or misinformation about all of this, where basically what we're doing is to help Honorable Brian Champon support the National Sports Authority in this project, which has stalled for many years. And all we're simply saying is that, can we have the documents? Can we know who the contractors are and the scope of work, how long it's going to take, and just the details, which is done anywhere, even if you're building a house. what more such a complex which will be used for the Okoro United football team and indeed other sporting events at the place. It's very important that we get that right, and it's not a bullying, tactics that is being reported in some sections of the media. So we've had meetings with Mr. Achampong, Honorable Brian Achampong, and he's agreed to do just that. So for now, as we say, the ball is in his court.
Yawan Pofankra is the Director General of the National Sports Authority. Well, Brian Champon also cleared the air on the ownership of the Nkoko Sports Stadium. Speaking during a tour of the facility, the Abetifi MP said the stadium remains the property of the government of Ghana under the National Sports Authority.
I must reiterate that this project is not a personal project. It is I am only supporting the community through the NSA to build it. It belongs to the government. It doesn't belong to any individual, including myself. This is a government of Ghana project, okay? And the name on the project is Nkoko Sports Stadium. And that is not going anywhere. The name is Nkoko Sports Stadium, owned by the government of Ghana. I am only helping to ensure that the field is in a state where we can play our local matches. All the teams in Kwewu, first, second, third division teams can play their home matches here in Nkoko, and especially the schools.
That was a Member of Parliament for Abetifi, Brian Achampong. Now to other stories ahead of the President's Cup on Sunday at the Accra Sports Stadium. Staunch Asante Kotoko fan and Ashanti Regional Minister Dr. Frank Amwakohene says he will provide support for the Porcupine Warriors to defeat Accra Heart of Oak in Sunday's clash. He said this after visiting the team at their training ground.
Sunday is a very significant match for us. It's a President's Cup. Kotoko versus Hearts. And when it comes to Kotoko versus Hearts, it should tell you that it's the soul of the county. And for that matter, Kotoko being the soul of Ashanti region, we need to provide them all the support they can get so that they'll be able to make us proud, God willing, on Sunday. And prior to that, the Greater Accra Regional Minister had actually thrown out the challenge already. So there is a home match for her. I want to assure her that Accra is also our home. So we are going there in our numbers and with the right support for the team. We are very confident that we're going to win the President's Cup come Sunday. So we came to observe their training and also motivate them and provide them some support and let them know that we are here to support them and we'll be there. And myself, together with the entire team, will be at the stadium on Sunday to provide them all the support that they need.
That was the Ashanti Regional Minister Dr. Frank Amwakohene. Now, former GFA spokesperson and CAF media official Ibrahim Sani Dara is calling for greater investment in football academies to drive Ghana's football development. Citing the success of Mohamed Kudus through the Right to Dream Academy, Sani Dara says the academy model must be firmly entrenched as a national strategy to unearth and nurture talent.
I think the academies are a new way, and I think that we should entrench it. It's proven to be the model that works, or that has worked. The most pronounced academy now in Ghana is the Right to Dream Academy. There's the Wafa Academy. Accra Lions are doing it. And there are a lot more academies in the system. It's the way to go. And the academies must also develop a concept where not only are they feeding the clubs to go abroad, but must also play locally. Not all of the players will make it to play outside. Those that don't make it outside, what do? The clubs in the league must also make a conscious effort of engaging the academies in such a way that if there are some that go out, the rest can also feed into the local system. So it can be a win-win situation.
The voice of CAF media official and former GFA spokesperson Ibrahim Sanidara. Let's head to Europe, where Ghana's Antoine Semenyo has committed his future to AFC Bournemouth by signing a new long-term contract that will keep him at the Premier League club until June 2030. The deal follows a stellar campaign for the Cherries last season, where Semenyo netted 11 goals and registered 5 assists in the Premier League. His performances attracted strong interest from several top-flight sides, including Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur, but Bournemouth have successfully secured his services for the foreseeable future. In total, the 2024-25 season saw the Ghanaian international score 13 goals and provide 7 assists across all competitions, playing a pivotal role as the club achieved a record Premier League points tally of 56 and equaled the highest ever top-flight finish of 9th place. In the FIFA Club World Cup, Trent Alexander-Arnold registered his first assist as a Real Madrid player as Xabi Alonso's side beat Juventus to reach the quarter-finals of the Club World Cup. Alexander-Arnold, making his 4th successive start at the tournament, endured a quiet first half at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, but delivered a delicious cross from which Gonzalo Garcia nodded Madrid ahead 9 minutes into the second half. Garcia has scored 3 goals and also provided 1 assist at the tournament. Borussia Dortmund also beat Monterrey by 2-1 to progress to the quarterfinals. Some more transfer news, and Arsenal have completed a deal to sign Chelsea goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga after triggering the £5 million release clause in his contract. Kepa, who spent last season on loan at Bournemouth, has signed a 3-year deal at the Emirates and will bring experience cover for international teammate David Raya. Nico Williams has signed a new deal with Nottingham Forest until 2029. The defender has played 107 times for the club since joining from Liverpool in 2022. To tennis, and in the men's singles draw at Wimbledon, Novak Djokovic overcame physical issues to join Yannick Sinner in the Wimbledon second round, but third seed Alexander Zverev was stunned by Frenchman Arthur Rinderknecht. Djokovic progressed with a 6-1, 7-6, 6-2, 6-2 win over Alexandre Moula of France. And the women's draw, world number 2 Coco Gauff failed to progress to the second round after losing to Ukraine's Diana Yastremska 7-6, 6-1. Let's hear from Coco Gauff after the loss.
Yeah, obviously disappointed how the result went today. Diana started off playing strong, and yeah, I think I just couldn't find my footing out there today. I think a little bit of both. I think, I don't know, I felt like mentally I was a little bit overwhelmed with everything that came afterwards, so I didn't feel like I had that enough time to do, I guess, celebrate and then also like get back into it. But, you know, it's the first time of this experience of like coming off a win and having to play Wimbledon, and I definitely learned a lot.
That was women's world number 2 Coco Gauff. And finally, NBA MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has agreed a 4-year, $285 million super maximum contract extension with the champion Oklahoma City Thunder through the 2030-31 season. This is now the richest annual salary for a player in league history. He's now signed 2 contract extensions as a member of the Thunder, cementing both sides' partnership and trust. That's the latest in the world of sports. For more on all these stories, visit citysportsonline.com. Kickoff is powered by Shell Go Well, Politangana, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. I am Edwin Kwakofi. The City Breakfast Show with Bernard Avle continues.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
The Money Matters segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matters segment with Petra. A mutual fund is like Susu, just more formal. You and many others pull your money together, and a professional fund manager invests in assets like stocks, bonds, or treasury bills. You don't need to be a financial expert. The manager does the work for you. Your money grows as the investments grow. With Petra, you can invest in mutual funds that match your goals, short-term, long-term, or even for retirement. Start small, grow steadily. Dial *447*70# to get started.
The Money Matters segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Polytank is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Polytank, we did Polytank. Papa no no, 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 Ankasa. Polytank, Polytank, the original, always the best.
Services, innovative financial solution. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life.
Do you ever wonder how your car's engine is doing as you drive?
Not often.
Does it feel confident and protected, or is it tired and struggling?
I have a busy schedule, so I leave matters of my engine to Shell V-Power. With Shell V-Power, you can feel confident because it is the best ever fuel designed for performance and efficiency. Shell V-Power removes performance rubbing deposits, so you can feel protected.
Fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you. Feel confidence, feel protection, and feel performance over and over again with Shell V-Power. Fuel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Go well.
Day and night, power your life. Steady lights, not a future brighter. Pay small, start today. Find your comfort, the translate way. Doom so now it's thing of the past. Strong solar power built to last. Clean and green for a low price. Don't waste your time, call Translite. The bill go drop when the sun go rise. No more darkness, everybody shine. No wahala, no more stress. Brand new solar, only the best. Charlie, start today. Have your freedom, the Translite way. Feel the power in every ray. Fresh energy, the Translite way. With Translite Solar FlexiPay, you can get a complete solar power system for as low as 49,000 Ghana cedis.
Call us today at 050-424-9229 or 020-654-2454.
Translite Solar. Translite Solar.
Did you know that worms take away nutrients from the food you eat? Just listen to them.
Brothers, yesterday the food nice, huh?
Oh yeah, the choba woman there, she did try wa.
Charlie, something come on. Eat the food.
It did taste like banana.
Make a taste some. Make me try a taste, make a taste. Hey, something is doing me.
Something is doing me too.
Oh, it be Vermox.
Vermox banana flavored dewormer is available in both suspension and tablet and is suitable for children and adults. It's good for you, bad for worms. Not recommended for children under 2 years and pregnant women. This advert is FDA approved.
Oh, Joe, it's 3 a.m. What now? Kojo, not again. It's 4 a.m. What's now?
Sorry. Last year was Yatisubium. This year, crowd, we've gone lower. Yasaya Tiso. I'm back with good news. Amazing news. I've been Soko. SG Ghana loans are back with even lower interest rates. If you're a salaried worker, whether you're on CAGD payroll, work with an SG Ghana listed institution, or already bank with SG Ghana, this is your time. Whether it's completing your dream home, paying school fees,
finance, or handling other personal needs, SG Ghana has the perfect loan for you. Walk into any SG Ghana branch from now till September 2025 and ask about Yasaya Tisu Loans promo. Let's help you get things done. You can also call 0302-214-314 for more details. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
that a roy would wake the town, yeah. And you had to hold your woman real close when smoke is
737, 97.3 Citi FM. Couple of quick birthday requests coming through. Today being the second day of July 2025. Happy birthday to Paul Dowona, MD of Arla Foods Limited. This is from the staff of Arla Foods. Paul Dowona, MD of Arla Foods. And to our son Eugene Adoparison of Sub School. We wish you a day filled with love and laughter. From Mom, Dad, Kevin, and the entire family, including your friends at Total Talent. To you, Eugene Adoparison, our resident right wing back. A few more coming through this morning. Happy birthday to Miriam Kujo of ARB Apex Bank PLC. On this special day, may your year be filled with success, love, and all your heart's desires. Cheers to a new age, Marian. Happy birthday to Chief Superintendent Frederick Lumo, the Adenta Divisional Commander from Dojigboji and famous Jisam. Yeah. Chief Superintendent Frederick Lumo. People call it Lumo. If you convert it to Guy, it means something else. But I won't go there. We'll just stay with Ewe.
Oh,
they don't do that. Happy birthday to... No, actually, congratulations. No, happy birthday. Congratulations to Reverend Benjamin Asamoah Daku, chemistry lecturer and student chaplain, University of Energy and Natural Resources in Sunyani. He graduated last Saturday at KNUST with a PhD in chemistry.
Come on.
I think the hardest subject for me when I was in university was secondary school was chemistry. I could relate with physics because physics was a bit like mathematics. It's a bit, it's like the way the world works. But chemistry, if you don't get good foundation, you can Yeah, so for a PhD in chemistry, solid.
That's
solid,
huge.
Solid.
For some reason, my sister was very good with chemistry and all, but the chemistry I didn't understand. It just didn't work for me. You're solving equations or something.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Caleb, I think for our generation, it was the way science was taught. Because when I focus on how my kids are taught science
It's
now,
better.
I listen to people like Charles Santimore of Dex Technology. Yeah. They start with problem solving, and then they make you observe nature and they explain. It's easier.
Exactly.
I mean, me the first time they write on the board anions and cations.
Yeah.
Charlie, what is this?
There's some
It lacks
table
the
of
purpose.
something.
You're not
Charlie.
told the purpose of the study.
We are
You're just
studying to studying to pass exam. So we start from what question would they ask and how do we answer? So it's tough. So congratulations to Ben. Ben, this is from your brother.
Yeah.
So what I want to urge you to do is to write a book. I interviewed a friend of mine 2 years ago. He's a guy who did NSMQ for Presec in 96. He's called Edem Jakpasu. He was our best guy. And I was asking him how he got so good at science. He says he used to live at Tech, and then he was home one vacation, I think JSS. So he entered the KNUST bookshop or library, I'm not sure which of which. Then he said he saw a chemistry book by Professor Adai-Mensah.
Okay.
So he said he was not doing anything else, so he just read the book from cover to cover.
Ivan Adai-Mensah.
Yes.
Okay.
So Ivan Adai-Mensah is a chemistry professor, but he had written a textbook.
Right.
And he said that book was his breakthrough because he hadn't even gone to secondary school yet. And he was just reading the book at home. And the guys explained, sort of, he got an understanding of the thing.
Right.
So when he got to the SSS, he already...
It was easier.
So I think that's how it is. If you get introduced to it by a good teacher, you can do well in it. But if you enter a class and the teacher is not happy, the teacher is not well paid, and is on strike, you just look at your face, So Charlie, PhD chemistry, well done.
Wow.
Well done. Please go and help people understand chemistry. Because I think it's one of the most important areas of study. Manufacturing. Today the Indian Prime Minister is coming to Ghana. One of the things we can do is to support our pharmaceutical industry. A lot of I think one of the industries that has done well in Ghana is the pharmaceutical industry, where you have people who start as importers, traders, distributors, and now manufacturers. Yeah. So there are quite a number of them. So if you want to pick an industry where we've done well and we are a bit competitive, I think it's, you have some of the big guys, NS Chemist, Kina Pharma, Starwin, Ayrton, Dan Adams, Tobinco. It's not bad. And they all manufacture now. So it's pretty good. Yeah, chemistry man. Well done, okay? Well done.
Better still on congratulations, ACP Solomon Colley. This one says a thunderous echo to Assistant Commissioner of Police Solomon Colley from your ever proud wife Jessie and your sister-in-law Abigail, the Tego Wilson family. Your dedication, discipline, and unwavering service to our beloved nation is nothing short of inspiring. As you continue to rise and lead with integrity, know that your family stands tall with pride beside you. You're destined for greatness. So congratulations, ACP Solomon Colley. Keep soaring. Ghana salutes you. So I think he's the new executive secretary to the IGP.
Okay.
So
just quickly, so if you are listening, if you can recommend the best introduction to chemistry book that we can give to somebody going into SSS 1 or somebody who's going to do chemistry, please recommend so that we can get people to read. Because I don't want my kids to suffer what I suffered, where I was lucky to have a good maths teacher. So I didn't have a fear for maths. All right. So it was good, but chemistry was problematic. One of the reasons I didn't do science, and I think, what did you do in secondary school?
I did home economics.
Home economics?
Yes, with the
home econs.
What do you call it?
So what subject?
Economics.
Okay.
Management in living, which is like
management in living.
Interior. It's like interior design.
Is it?
Right.
And then what else did I do?
Hey, you did home economics?
Yes.
Hey, that's correct. Which is economics, management in living, and then you've forgotten the rest.
French.
There was also French.
So I did French as well.
Hey.
Hey. Am I growing old? Yeah, I think that's what
I wonder why they even call it home economics. Economics is economics, right? Maybe the one for the home is different from the one for the world.
No, we did economics, the same economics everybody did.
Okay.
And I was really good in economics. I liked it.
Okay. This is Holy Child.
Of course.
And what did you study in school?
I did arts, general arts.
Which of the subjects?
Oh, I did geography,
Okay.
I did economics as well.
Hey.
I did tree actually.
Yeah, I did
tree.
As elective.
Yeah.
I wanted secondary school.
Yeah, so I wanted to do literature instead of geography actually, but Riley at the time we didn't have a lot of space. So as you have at 1, at 2, we just had like two
at
options.
1.5.
And I didn't want to do elective.
You did as
yeah, I did. I didn't want to do French also.
Did you pass?
Oh yeah, I did. We had an amazing teacher, Madame Vera Mofafoko. She taught us a lot. So yeah, a lot of what I speak is not just oral. I write. I do read.
You can write tree.
I read tree perhaps better than some.
Can you MC a program in tree?
Of course.
Can you preach in tree?
Oh yes, that one.
Can you prophesy in tree? Anyway, so yeah, back to the issue. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I went somewhere.
Yeah.
And some guys say, Charlie, they don't talk about roots again. Every day they're talking about food and things. I said, bro, it doesn't work like that too. Every season and what you discuss.
Yeah, man.
So I haven't forgotten roots at all. I went to, where did I go last week? I go to so many places. But I used a very bad road last week. I don't even remember where it was. But it was pretty bad. And I made a mental note that I'll come back to the road discussion. Because it was, where did I go? Oh, how have I forgotten? But it was a very, very bad road. My car shook pretty badly. So, and then I overheard that some Abokobi. I went to Abokobi. Oh Lord, I'm growing old. I went to Abokobi Platinum Bay Hotel.
So for management.
So I went to Abokobi 3 times last week.
My God.
And there were 3 routes to Abokobi. There's one route you can use Agbogba, Ashoman.
Yes.
And then you go and appear on the Abokobi Road.
Yes. So
offside.
Through Ablaje.
When you finish Ahmadiyya, from Ahmadiyya, the rest don't
terrible.
Go. Second alternative, drive to Pantan Junction, turn left, and go straight and turn right. It's even worse.
Terrible option.
In fact, that one is terrible.
Terrible.
So Fred said, get to Abokobi Junction.
Yeah.
When you turn inside, turn right, use Teman.
Teman.
So here I'm on Teman, cruising on Teman.
Come on.
3 kilometers in Teman. After the girl at Teman,
yeah, everything scattered.
The road scattered to a point where there was a part of the road, only 2/3 of the road was left. Yeah. This part of the road had been taken over by some water. But at least that was a short version. But the car really, really shook badly. Meanwhile, the assembly, the East District Assembly is there next to Platinum Bay. Beautiful area. Yeah. But I can't imagine if you live in that area and you work in that. Can you, Charlie? No. So the road issue came up strongly. Then I also went somewhere. Yes, I went somewhere else. I went to is it Kokonuru? Konkonuru. Yes. Okay, I went to some. Yes. So there's this place.
Ebri or something.
Yes, it's near Ebri.
The Papaya Recreation or something.
No, okay, there's this place. We used to go and do management events there. It's a resort.
Okay.
Oh, Fred, you know the place. It has it's something Charlie. So I went through Kitasi.
Okay.
Oh my Lord, my Lord and my God.
Wait.
My Lord and my God.
You went through Kitasi.
My Lord and my God.
Father.
So I got to Kitasi, and then I don't know which devil asked me to use that route.
No.
Charlie,
that be haram,
bro. It was so bad. It was so bad. So I made a mention that this week I'll come back on the road issue because we've been talking about agri-fair, business festival, and things have gone off. But I really need to understand what's going on with some of our roads. All right, it's really bad. It's particularly because the Kitasi to Brekusu road, that road started so nicely.
It was being done. First guy was on
in fact, a year ago in June, I went to a Kropong for management boot camp, incidentally.
Right.
And I said that I was going back to Tesano, so I'm going to use Kitasi to Brekusu.
Okay.
In the middle, they were doing the road. Yeah. So when I got into the middle of the valley, they had started the road and it was pretty good. Now everything is gone. And there was nobody on the road. So I don't understand what's going on. So those are some of the issues. So what I'm going to do this morning is I'm going to speak to some people who've been complaining about roads a lot. They live in a Masaman area and they say they too, Charlie. They know they sit up. They actually say they want to plan a demonstration. So let me just find out why they want to do this. So Kusi is a member of the Lansdowne. Charlie Fred is bad. Mr. Kusi is a member of the Kusi. Is a member of the what? What's the name of your group? Residents of Insawam Road.
Our group is called Insawam Traffic Watchers.
Insawam Traffic Watchers.
Yes, please.
I see. So which areas are we looking at? Which people, which communities are we looking at?
We are looking at Nsawam, we are looking at Pobiman, we are looking at Pokuase of Anko, and in fact, all those using the stretch from those in Kumase, Sunyane, the other regions. Road links to about 10 or so regions out of the system.
But those of you who are in the immediate precincts of the area, I will say this is from Pokwasi to Amasaman.
Yes, please.
Who use it daily. For those who don't know, help me. If I'm driving to Amasaman from Pokwasi, where will I reach before I get to Amasaman? Can you mention some of the communities on that road? So I know Pokwasi, the interchange is there. From Pokwasi, where do I go to before I reach Amasaman?
From Pokwasi, you go to Fise to Amasaman. Then Toman, Pobiman, Tapeman, and all the man.
No, take your time. So Fise, Amasaman, Pobiman.
Yeah, Pobiman, Toman.
What man?
Toman. Toman. Toman.
Toman or Toman.
Yeah, Toman.
And then
Shipon Tele. Yes, please.
Hey.
Searchlight. Kuntunse, Media.
Take your time. Satellite. Kuntunse.
Media. Hebron.
In the Bible.
Yes, please. Yes.
Obey. And then which one?
And Dobro.
All on the road before Amasaman.
No, that is after Amasaman.
No, before Nsawam. Before Nsawam. Sorry, before Nsawam.
Yes, before Nsawam.
So
yes.
Fise, Amasaman, Pobiman, Toman, Saperman, Satellite, Kuntunse, Media, Hebron, Shipon Tele, and then Dobro. Then Nsawam.
Yes, please.
Good. Which part of the road is bad?
From Amasaman to Nsawam Junction.
Oh, so only Pokwasi to Amasaman is okay?
Yes.
So all the communities you mentioned, if you live there, you are in trouble?
Exactly.
Is there an alternative route? So if I live between Amasaman and Nsawam, and I want to come to Accra, is there any other route I can use beyond this road?
The route available is that of Nsawam through Ebri.
So that's the only route. Nsawam through Ebri and back to Accra through Adenta.
Yes, please.
So there's no route in between these Klikpo and Tele areas to connect me to say Pokwasi at the back. There's no back route.
The back route is west.
It's west than the front route.
West.
Okay, let's talk about the road project. The road project seems to be going on very well, right? When did they stop working?
I think somewhere in October 2024.
Did they tell you why?
We don't know as we speak now. The only thing that they've been saying is they have lawsuits. But to us, when we speak, they will say you are a layman. But to us, there's nothing like lawsuit which is affecting this road construction. Because let me ask this question. If there's lawsuit, can they tell us that the overpass they've constructed at Media and Macedonia Junction, they have lawsuits on them? And the bypass in front of John Tay School, they have lawsuit on it.
So you don't believe that it's a lawsuit issue? You don't believe?
We don't believe that. Let's say they have lawsuit. The lawsuit could extend to the outer lane that we are constructing. But the old road we're using, they are not doing anything on it. Do we have lawsuit on that one as well?
So you believe that even the parts that have not encroached on any private property have been left undone? So that suggests that there's more to the stalling than just the lawsuits.
Exactly so.
All right. So what is it that the rains have made the road worse, or is it the dust? Because I remember in the past you guys used to complain about dust, but these days it's raining, so I guess there's no dust anymore. So what's the problem now?
The dust is there, and now, do I say potholes? The road is worse.
All of it or some of it?
Oh, from Passaman to Nsawam Junction is worse.
So, explain that the road has about 4 different parts. There's the inner lanes going and coming, and there are some outer lanes. Are you saying that all of them have been left undone, or that the part that has been done is too small, or all of it is undone?
The part that has been done is too small. So, for instance, from Amasaman to Sapperman, a portion is complete. It's hard that we can use, but the ones that are not done, worst of it all, and that stretch is about, 2 kilometers.
Wow, 2 kilometers, very, very bad indeed. Now, so you call it traffic watchers of
Yes, please.
in Sawam. What are you going to do?
We planned a demonstration on Monday. So yesterday we went to the Accra Regional Police Command. But unfortunately, according to them, we can't do that on Monday because they have other engagements. They made a proposal that we should bring a new letter, and we state our date to be on the 12th of July, Saturday, instead of Monday.
Okay, have you attempted to meet the minister to talk about this road?
The minister came there some time ago, and what happened was that instead of them taking him to the west portion of the road, he was stationed at Fisher Johnson, where they've done some bit of work over there. So they didn't take him to where we are suffering.
Were you guys there when they were taking him to the Fisher? Were you invited to that?
No,
you are not there. You just heard that he had been taken to the place.
No, we saw the video on social media and also on television news.
Okay, now, so you believe that the minister has been misbriefed, that he doesn't know the seriousness of the situation?
Yes, so to speak.
Have you tried to gain audience with him?
No, not as I know of.
Who are your MPs on that road? Because you've mentioned a long stretch. If I from where I sit, I think Amasaman MP could be one. I think
Anodompre.
In Sawam, Anodompre could be another, and possibly a friend is saying, what's the name of this place? Trobu could be part, or it's not?
Trobu, yes, please.
Trobu could be part. So it's Trobu, Amasaman, and Insawam. Those are the 3 MPs. Have you?
Yes,
has the traffic watchers tried to contact them? Have you tried to contact any of them?
The only MP that, let me say, making some effort is the MP for Amasaman.
What is his name?
For his name, I don't know.
So what has he done? Amasaman MP, what has he done?
There's been communication from him on the engaging the contractor to have some kind of improvement on the road.
I think it's called Apenyo. Apenyo. Okay. So the Amasama MP has been trying.
Yes, please.
But the others, you don't know what they are doing.
No, please.
Good. How many people are in this traffic watchers group? Do you know?
Our group, we have over 1,700.
1,700?
Yes, please.
How was the group formed?
It started by one member engaging others to join, so that whoever takes the lead in the morning will communicate on the traffic situation on the road, and same in the evening when we close from work.
So you discuss traffic. So like today pass here or don't pass here. Today,
yes,
stay. Today, if you have not left, stay in the office because today you can't come.
Stay at home. It has rained. The road is bad. So use this time, do this or do that. That is how
it's serious.
We do on the platform.
Have you seen each other before?
Not really.
You are sure that this
there are some people that they've joined the group. You know them from your workplace.
So you are all suffering. By the way, is it the morning ride to work that's the problem? Because I think there are a lot of schools in that area, and there are lots of industries as well. So, for example, if I live at Kuntunse, I should be able to have my child go to a school at I don't know, Bushikpontele or something. I don't need to come to Accra, right? Or is it that the facilities you need are mostly beyond Achimota, so you have to keep driving to this side.
So most people migrated to such places from Accra. Their works are here. And as for the school children, indeed, they are suffering. As you are driving to work in the morning, you could see them standing by the roadside, struggling to get cars to them. Most of them, they school at Fise. They have 2 Roman Catholic schools on both sides of Fise. If you are coming from Kumasi, there's a school on your right, and there's another on your left, Roman Catholic schools, and there's another one for the Anglican. So that's where most of the students, that's where they come to. It is bad.
Okay, we will follow up with the ministry before the show ends to find out what plans they have for the road and when the road project will recommence. But for now, you're saying that July 12th is the date for the protest. You are sending a letter to the police, and you are expecting at least 1,700 people to join, because these are the active members of the WhatsApp group.
Yes, please.
Wow, Charlie.
Apart from the members, the members on the WhatsApp group, we've also engaged the GPRTU and the concerned drivers in Sawam station and that of Amasaman as well. So our number will go beyond the 1,700. That's our estimation.
So, are you planning to just do a peaceful protest, or are you looking to block the road or something? Do you have a plan of what you want to do yet?
We are law-abiding citizens. We are not going to block the road, but we are going to protest peacefully. And yesterday, when we met the police command, it was one of their concerns. In fact, they even asked that we change our route. We wanted one group to move from Pokwase, then another from Amasamai China Mall. Then we all converge at Stadium Junction. But the police says we cannot do it that way. We should change the route and get back to them.
So you have a stadium there too?
Yes, that is the site where the contractor is. Stadium Junction is the Ghana Olympic Stadium. That's where they wanted to put up something like that there.
Wow. So, by the way, when you do the protest, who would you present your petition to? Or who do you intend to present it to?
We want to do that to the MP for Amasaman.
Okay. The one you say is a bit serious about the matter?
Yes, please.
Wonderful. I'm told your group has 1,754 active members, and it's called Insawam Traffic Watchers Community.
Yes, please.
Okay. Maybe you should add me to the group as a visiting member, even though I don't live there, just so that I can know what's going on. Because I think I hear there's a lot of filler there every day, the traffic filler. Charlie, thank you, bro. I appreciate your time. So, is the name Kwesi or Kusi?
The name is Kusi Efriye.
Kusi Efriye.
Yes, please.
But your former MP2 was called Efriye. Are you related to him, or you are not a politician?
No, please.
Because
we are not related.
There was a Efriye.
Yeah, his name is Efrifa.
Efrifa. And you are Efriye.
Efriye.
Correct one. Kusi, thank you for your time. Thank you, my brother. So that was Kusi Efriye. And as he was talking, a number of people said the WhatsApp group is very active.
Wow.
And what he's saying is very true.
1,700.
And 54.
Ooh, my God.
Wow. Listen to your communities.
Yeah.
Pokwase, Fise, Amasaman, Sapeman, Pobiman, Toman, Shikpontele, Satellite, Kuntunse, Media, Hebron, Dobro, Insawam. Jesus.
If you make a mistake, you drive on that road.
And you know, when you take the voter list there, Amasaman, Trobu, and Insawam together,
huge.
I think it's even more than Northeast region.
Huge.
There are plenty, Papa.
Massive.
Sunday, I went to some funeral in that area. I regretted. Hey, Charlie, you go. We went to play a match at Chikbontele.
Someone is asking for a contact to join the group.
Oh, I should have asked him to mention it on air.
But Mamadi, you are in Santo.
No, okay, they will ask me.
They should create Santo group, not Pokwasi. I don't know what she's going to do at Pokwasi.
You know the funny thing about Santo?
Okay.
You know, I won't talk about Santo today, but Santo people, they suffer. They suffer. You know, they did the road. You know, so this is the problem. From Adringa North to School Junction was done.
Solid.
School Junction to British International, which both road users use, was done. Now when you get to British International, when you turn left, they've done the road.
Yeah, that's good.
But when you turn right to to Ashaiman, they've left it. So property on the left side has gone up. Property on the right has come down.
Yeah.
So the people who live on the Santor road to Ashaiman, they've suffered since 2013. Because I've been talking about that road since 2013.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
it's terrible. Let's bring tech and social media trends to the people.
I mean, before Edwin comes,
Yes.
I just want to say how disappointing the social contract is.
Oh, Charlie.
Yesterday we were talking about taxes, new taxes or modified taxes, utilities going up.
Yeah.
You have to make all these obligations to the state.
Yeah.
And the state in return is supposed to make its obligation or carry out its obligation. Basic amenities, a
Yeah.
road.
Yeah.
Now they've turned into traffic watchers when
Charlie.
they have full-time
Traffic
jobs.
commentary.
They have full-time jobs.
And the traffic no hunting more funny.
Can you imagine?
Yes, and
Citizens continue
you can join do because you can't.
But seriously, citizens continue to take
It's
on
serious,
huge burdens.
It's serious.
We are paying taxes and we are managing the problems
When
ourselves.
we come back, I'm going to speak to Parliament. I'm going to go to Parliament and then the ministry to try and see if we can get some answers on this. This is the City Breakfast Show. It's 8 minutes past 6. Tech and social media trends is
It's
next.
brought to us by Telecel and First Bank. Listen, we are embarking on a journey to reconnect with you, our lovely customers who have not been able to use your account for some reason. We'd love the opportunity to provide you with a gold standard of banking once again. Pass by any of our branches nationwide or go online on our website and our socials. There's a link there. Click it and you're good to go. Call us 0596 921 921. We're more than happy to put you first as always. First Bank, you first.
So apparently the group was formed August 18, 2015. So the group will chop 10th anniversary next month.
There's no wonder there are so many members.
2015.
They need to calculate all the taxes they've been paying from that period to now.
No, but the road is being done. It's just told. The road started. They stopped it in October last year. So the road has been.
Wow.
The group is 10 years old next month.
2015.
Wow.
Charlie.
Bernard, please connect me to the guy. I will give him 200 people and we will join the demo like Kakai.
Michael, can I put your number on air? You get plenty calls. Let me give me a number I can use. Charlie, Edwin, you're on.
Yeah, I'll go through them pretty quickly.
Yes.
Sam George, Turbonet, MTN are trending because yesterday, obviously, we got increased data packages for customers, but the sentiment around that is souring.
What happened?
Because MTN users especially were reporting issues with purchasing the data packages yesterday. Eventually, the company issued a statement.
Maybe too many people went on the platform.
The NCA also issued a statement. So we are waiting for MTN to get a result. I think last night some people said they were able to purchase the packages. Also, they are complaining that the Turbonet prices have not been affected. So
Turbonet is not part of the
it's
package.
not part of the packages. So there are complaints about that. And there was a huge conversation over whether people can afford the big data packages that actually have seen the increments, because it's $399 for 250.
So with the mobile hours may not be able to benefit.
Exactly. So that was the conversation. So yesterday was also the National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving.
Correct.
People were complimenting the events, wonderful events, well organized, but there was also talk about the cost. You know, the government made a huge issue about the cost of the Independence Day celebration. So they were saying, how is it that we're not able to organize a national Independence Day celebration, but we were able to organize these events yesterday? So that was a conversation. So the extradition of Joseph Bedubuati, also known as Dada Joe Remix, is also getting some traction online.
Dada Joe Remix.
Yeah. It was a collaboration between Ghanaian officials and FBI
Sounds like a music thing. It's like a collaboration.
Exactly.
You know, the photo the FBI used, right? You see President Muhammad's photo in the background there. So, Charlie.
Yeah, so he's being linked to a fraud ring that's accused of operating romance and inheritance scams that defrauded American victims of several millions of dollars.
All right.
So next one, it's a worrying video that's trending online. I've seen it so many places, getting lots of engagement. It's a program on a TV station that's called Bright or Bright Extra, where the host is playing a variation of a game that's American high school students usually play. I'll abbreviate it to FMK, but I won't go into details, but the last two letters are marry and kill. Yes, so the host was talking to an actor, a local actor, and mentioned 3 celebrities who you would F and M and K. Yes, so one of the celebrities was Sina Soul, the singer Sina Soul. So the actor went into grotesque detail about what he would do to Sina Soul. Very, very bad.
And this is being broadcast.
It was being broadcast, live broadcast. So the video of the incident went viral. Sina Soul quoted a video where she tagged the Ghana police, tagged the NCA, tagged Sam George as well, and said she felt very threatened and she didn't feel good about it. And
this is a TV station.
TV station. So the conversation is about, first of all, the content we allow on our TVs and radio stations. Second of all, the regulators' role in protecting the Ghanaian people. And third of all, the responsibility of the host, whether such a topic should have been brought in the first place, and second, whether she should have stopped the actor as he went on in these details. So very troubling video. If you've seen it, sorry for you to have listened to that and watched that, but Sina Soul is obviously not happy about that. Tech news, and it seems AI is where the money is at these days. Mark Zuckerberg's Meta, they are creating a super intelligence lab, and they are going around poaching people, AI talent, the top AI talent. And a report by Wired says they are offering up to $300 million on 4-year contracts to attract these people. So a Meta spokesperson said the numbers are exaggerated, but the company's chief technology officer also clarified in a Q&A with staff that not everyone is getting these big offers, but the top talent in AI, they are attracting a lot more money in terms of the figures, so they have to be the ones who are offered these amounts. So he's basically confirmed that they are offering up to 100 million per year to attract these AI officers. So AI is where the money is at these days.
Okay, so that was tech and social media trends. Edwin Kwakofi.
You know, listen guys, one day an old lady inherited a huge sum of money. Her family worried about how to break the good news to her. They feared that the sudden good news might give her a heart attack, and so they decided the family doctor, who was experienced in delivering such news, should be the one to tell her. And when he did, surprisingly, she smiled. Relieved, he asked, "What are you going to do with all that money?" She replied, "I am going to give you half." The doctor rather had a heart attack. Can you imagine? People are often surprised when we put them first. At First Bank, that's what we do. We put you first. Experience the gold standard of banking with First Bank. Open an account today and enjoy our user-friendly mobile app, quick banking via *894#, convenient shopping with our Visa Prepaid and MasterCard, and more. All designed to serve you better. First Bank. You first.
There is small money, there is big money, and there is too much money. Telecel Too Much Money promo is here. Dial *500# to opt in. In the Telecel Too Much Money promo, you can win 100 Ghana cedis cash in the daily draws, 20,000 Ghana cedis in the weekly draws, and 1.2 million Ghana cedis in the grand draw. That's 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Simply reload airtime to end point to stand a chance to win. Dial *500# or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in now for the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Telecel, connecting energies.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
When the stars come out, Ghana Weekend turns up the lights. From the hottest red carpet moments to the wildest after parties. And for all your celebrations, anniversaries, and unforgettable moments, if it's happening, we're there. First fast and fabulously. Your front row pass to Ghana's A-list lifestyle is just a click or a channel away. GhanaWeekend.com and Ghana Weekend TV, where fame meets the fans. Promote your next big event with us, because when you party with the stars, the whole nation of black stars should know. Visit GhanaWeekend.com, watch and subscribe to Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube. Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle at GhanaWeekend.com, on X at Ghana Weekend, on TikTok, Ghana Weekend, and on Facebook at Ghana Weekend. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, all access, all glam, all yours.
When the pain is too much, don't know what else to do. So wunam ya wuya, no wunya wunya. Rapping all, will take the pain away. Rapping all, bema wuya unajai.
Rapinol is what you need. Rapinol will relieve you of all aches and pain in your body. Rheumatic pain, menstrual pain, body pain, toothaches, and other feverish conditions. Rapinol is a quality product from Danex Itin Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. Not suitable for children below 16 years old, asthmatic, and ulcer patients. This advert is FDA approved.
Hello. I am Ahunto, your friendly virtual assistant at Omni Basic Bank. I am here to guide you through our mobile app. The new Omni Basic mobile app is designed for you and packed with everything you need to manage your finances anytime and anywhere. Whether you're checking your balance, tracking your transactions, or planning your budget, the Omni Basic mobile app lets you manage your finances 24/7. It's quick, easy, and always at your fingertips. Need to send money, pay bills, or make a transaction on the go? The new Omni Basic mobile app keeps your banking simple so you can focus on what matters most to you. Transferring funds has never been this seamless. Whether it's a mobile wallet or a bank transfer, just a few taps and you are all set. No stress, no hassle. Download the new Omni Basic app today and experience banking that is smarter, faster, and designed just for you. Omni Basic mobile app, absolutely seamless. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank.
World number one broad hire LED TV and home appliances got mega up to 5,000 cities price drop at all Electromat showrooms. First time to shop higher air conditioner, LED TV, refrigerators, washing machine, chest freezer, range of appliances at unbeatable prices on every purchase. Exclusively at showrooms. Rush now while stock lasts. Check our website and social media pages for more details. Electromat, your world of electronics.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Shall I know? No, what's I'm a bonapon. Come you go fake it nata. So for your uncle, ladies and gentlemen, this your Pastor Donzi, and I bring you greetings from the Church of Christ. Also, one to then, or find a Pastor Donzi, our hammer one out, winning with Christ. This is the day, a new day the Lord has made. Let us be glad and believe in Him. Sister Goddess, our hanky. Lord, we thank you for goodness, we thank you for mercies and for giving us beyond what we deserve. We thank you for goodness, we thank you for mercies and for giving us beyond what we deserve. Awesome, they know who they fight to be the young boy. Father, as we stand before you, strengthen our hearts and light our paths like a beat. Are you answer the stone boy, Baba, singing my for 1 million? When you miss, I ain't in the metro. I ain't in the metro.
20 minutes past the hour of 8 City Breakfast Show. We'll come back to road shortly, but get paid smarter with Zenith Bank's Merchant Pay. Running a business, make receiving payments fast, easy, and stress-free with Zenith Merchant Pay, the seamless solution for SMEs and corporates. With this, you can receive payments via mobile money, a QR code, bank transfer, or star 966 hash. That's our USSD. Also enjoy instant payment alerts and quick settlements and easy reconciliation. No delays, no stress. Zenith Bank in your best interest. Are you ready to unlock the power of AI for your business? Discover how AI can help your business to work smarter, move faster, and serve better, from marketing and sales to customer service and finance. Saturday, 12 July is the date. Alisa Hotel, Northridge is the place. 9 a.m. is the time. 1450 is the amount. 1,450 KDs. This will be facilitated by Maximus Ametogo. Join us for the AI Masterclass. Business executive, entrepreneur, or somebody just curious about how AI really works. Register by calling or WhatsApping 0244 767 801. That's 0244 767 801. Or go to idm.edu.gh. This event is powered by the Institute of Digital Marketing. Do you want a British degree at a fraction of the costs? Looking for a vibrant student experience in a community that builds your confidence and equips you with real-time employability skills? Enjoy all these and more with scholarships available to support your academic journey at Lancaster University, Ghana. Be taught by expert faculty, trained to UK standards right here on our campus in Ghana. Visit lancaster.edu.gh or email admissions@lancaster.edu.gh or call 0248 656 274. Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
Now imagine waking up to serenity every day, surrounded by nature's beauty and luxury at your fingertips in a gated estate you can be proud to call your home. At Western Villas, located at Ayi Mensa, our stunning homes redefine elegance. Each home is the masterpiece designed with precision and love, from swimming pool, gym, playground, beautiful landscape gardens and private balconies, making every day feel like a retreat. We have also executive plots for sale at McCarthy Hill, strategically located, and offer you unparalleled views, easy access to amenities, and endless possibilities for executive living. With just 5% deposit, you can reserve your space. Contact us today to learn more about our luxury homes at Ayi Mensa or executive plots at McCarthy Hill. Call this number 0536 50 22 95. www.westernvillas.com is the website to visit for more information. You deserve a brand new car. Volkswagen Ghana is offering Vetus Highline Saloon, Tijuan Life SUV, and Amarok pickup at used car prices. So you can now afford the sought after Vetus with wireless Android Auto and Apple Car for navigations and entertainment, wireless charger, rear view camera, and many more at a cool starting price of 250,000 Ghana cedis. Take advantage now. Call us 025 795 6688 for more information about our range of models. We have Vetus, T-Cross, Tijuan Allspace, Terramont, and the Amarok pickup. Volkswagen, rise and thrive. Hurry while stock lasts. T's and C's apply. Let's talk about Kebi chocolate. Have you tried that yet? If not, you're really missing out. It's rich, it's smooth, proudly made in Ghana, and perfect treat for yourself or a thoughtful gift for someone special. Getting your hands on some Kebi goodness is super easy. You can find Kebi chocolate at all Palace Mall branches, Megmat, East Legon, and Laboni Wild Gecko handicraft shops at the Kotoka International Airport and Shashi. Super Save, plenty of other supermarkets across the country. For our listeners in the US, you can shop online at Etsy. Just search Kebi chocolate or visit the following stores in the Chicago area: Abyss Market, One African Market, and A Plus Store International Market. Kebi also produces custom-made chocolate gifts for corporate events and businesses. So if you're planning something for your team or someone special, we've got something extra sweet for you.
God has been good to me. He can be good to me.
There's never been a better time to get things done, and SG Ghana is making it possible. Our low interest on loans are back, and we call it Yasante. So if you're a salaried worker, whether you're on controller and accountant general department payroll, or you work with an SG Ghana listed institution, or you're already banking with us, this is the time. From now to the end of September, if you apply, you receive a loan from SG Ghana for your personal business needs, and you enjoy unbelievably low interest rates during the Yasante So loan promo. So join thousands of Ghanaians transforming lives, and you're good to go. Call us 0302-214-314. Terms and conditions apply. SG Ghana, the future is you.
24 minutes past 8. So my interview with Kusi Efri, he says the reason they've been given for the stalling of the project was lawsuits. This is correct in a sense, because we've done interviews with the project people who've said there are a number of lawsuits. But Francisca has been digging to find out, actually, there seems to be more than simply lawsuits. What have you found?
Well, this is from graphiconline.com. This is a story dated 25th June 2025.
Okay.
Stalled road projects due to debt. Roads and Highways Minister. The Minister of Roads and Highways, Governs Kwame Abuja, has disclosed that almost all road projects across the country are currently stalled due to debt. He said the projects had stalled as a result of unsustainable levels of awarding road projects without any regard for the availability of funds. The previous government awarded road projects without regard for the availability of funds, he said. In a statement issued in Accra, Mr. Abuja, however, gave an assurance that the government was taking steps to resume major projects, such as the 33.4 kilometers of Fankor in Sawom road dualization. Quote, "We will do this as part of the big push program to prioritize their completion. We are working with the Minister of Finance to raise some funds to retire some of the debt and get the contractor back on site." The minister was responding to concerns raised by the Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana, CDAG, over the stalled Ofankonsawom Road project. CDAG or CDAG, in a statement issued earlier and signed by its National Secretary Mohammed Aminu Yusuf, called on the Ministry of Roads and Highways to urgently resume and speed up construction works on the Ofankonsawom dualization project. It said the project had become a serious hazard to both commercial and private road users. We have observed with disappointment the prolonged delay and neglect of construction efforts on this crucial stretch. As drivers and transport operators who use this route daily, we are gravely affected by its poor state. That's according to the statement. The road is barely motorable, damaging our vehicles, putting lives at risk and disrupting our business daily.
We've heard that. So the minister is saying it's debt. Or arrears. Now, yesterday something interesting happened in Parliament. The one committee was to present some report on a $360 million World Bank facility for Ghana. And the former Minister for Information, former Minister for Works and Housing, MP for Fashion Arabi, raised concerns about government's attempt to divert the money or
he says is a diversion.
Let's listen to what he said, and then we'll pick up from there.
The second thing I want to speak about is the utilization of funds or the use of proceeds. I have in my hands here the parliamentary memorandum by Thomas Nyako Ampim, MP, Deputy Minister for Finance, on the proposed 360 million facility. Mr. Speaker, I would invite the House to look at page 11. Mr. Speaker, they told Cabinet that the full amount of the $360 million from the DPO2 will be used to finance part of this 13 billion payment to contractors. It wasn't going to be used for goods and services. Now let me show you your own report that you have brought to this chamber. I'll take you to page 8 of this report. Mr. Speaker, now that they got cabinet approval, when they came to Parliament, they now say that they are going to use the money to improve private investment and foreign direct investment, to minimize fiscal burden caused by losses in the power sector. Mr. Speaker, you recall that when they introduced the 8% levy on fuel, they told us that power sector issues, they needed that money for it. When they came to Parliament asking us to amend the Energy Sector Levies Act before Parliament rose the last time, they told us power issues. They went to Cabinet and told Cabinet that they are going to use this money 100% to pay contractors. Now you are telling us that you are going to use it for power sector issues. When you went to Cabinet, you told Cabinet that you are using this money essentially to pay contractors. Yes, we understand that there are contractors in the energy sector, contractors in various sectors. But if you now come to add to it issues of safety net for social safety net, gender equity, extreme poverty reduction, you are deviating from the original purpose for which this 900 million facility was negotiated.
So that was Kojo Oponkroma. He's joined us to clarify what he was saying and whether this has anything to do with the road discussion, because the sense I get from his submission was that the 13 billion had to do with roads. So he was expecting that the 900 million facility that the World Bank was providing was to go for that. So Kojo, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Morning, Bernard.
So let's clarify this. Which facility is this, by the way? What facility are we talking about?
This is the second tranche of a $900 million loan that the government of Ghana, then under President Akufo-Addo's administration, negotiated for budgetary support. And a good chunk of it was supposed to go to help us pay obligations to contractors, because we have a lot of contractors who are working on various road projects, and there's a need to ensure that as they work in their certificates coming, there's financing for them. So this loan was arranged. It was $900 million at the time. It was arranged in 2023. We drew down the first tranche in March 2024 for budgetary support. Now, when the government went to cabinet, okay, so first of all, before the end of our tenure, we tried to access the second tranche to pay the obligations, because around October, some of the contractors started, acting a bit interestingly on the road. Some started pulling off the routes, etc. But anytime we tried to lay it in Parliament, the then minority, the NDC, opposed it and said that they would not let us lay it. We understand there was a political season, so it was part of the frustration effort that they put up. When they came to power, they then went to cabinet to get new cabinet approval. And they were clear and honest before cabinet that they were going to use the money, the $360 million. Actually, it was supposed to be 300, but they upped it to $360 million for the second tranche. They were going to use it to pay contractors. However, when they came to Parliament, in the report that the committee submitted, we saw other items for utilization of funds. And that's what I was drawing attention to, that they don't have to deviate from the original intention, because there are a lot of contractors on our roads who are having challenges. Yesterday, I started my day at the Roads Ministry to go see the minister and to try and follow up on the payment of, for example, contractors on some of my roads, Odan to Ofuanse, Enyinase to Edubiase. Gideon Boakon was also following Tepa to Boma and its surrounding areas. So we were all following it, only to now find out that they wanted to use the money for climate change interventions for the vulnerable. Then they brought the power sector issues back. Meanwhile, they've come two separate occasions for money for power sector matters. Then they added social safety net and I think poverty reduction. So we were objecting to it that they should not deviate from the purpose. They should stick to the purpose for which this original loan had been arranged. And then secondly, we noticed they were trying to hide the fact that this was a loan. We were describing it broadly as a financing facility. And, there could be various types of financing when it comes to the budget. So again, we impressed on them that because of the challenges with debt transparency and hidden debt, if we are not transparent, this may not even be captured in our annual public debt report. And it will be a hidden debt sitting somewhere only for you to do your debt sustainability analysis, and then it will be classified properly as a debt. So again, we're impressing on them that, listen, let's be candid. This is a loan. It's not a new loan. It's part of the 900, and it's for a specific purpose. So
okay.
Stick with the purpose.
Thanks for the background. Now, this 360 million, is it the same facility that the World Bank sent a release yesterday? I think June 27. I just want to read the first paragraph so we know we are talking about the same thing. So the World Bank Board of Executive Directors today approved $360 million from the International Development Association for the second Resilient Recovery Development Policy Financing Operation to support the government of Ghana's efforts to restore macroeconomic stability and reinforce the foundation for more sustainable and resilient economic growth for job creation. And then it goes on to make
the same one.
Okay, so it's 360 million.
Yes.
Good. Now,
and the second tranche.
Good. From what I read here, it mentions about 4 objectives: restore fiscal sustainability, support financial sector stability and private sector development, improve energy sector financial discipline, and strengthen social and climate resilience. This was what the World Bank's own statement says, from what I have in front of me.
Yes, that's a big program framework. So it's part of a big program. It's a $900 million program. In fact, now the government has increased it after negotiating with the bank to move it to over $1 billion. That's a big program. But when you draw, you have specific purposes that you are using. This particular tranche, this 360, is specifically for the payment of contractors. And you'll find it on page 11 out of the 24-page cabinet memo. Yesterday, we read it back to them on the floor. Now,
so your contention is that what they brought to Parliament is an attempt to deviate from what they said to Cabinet?
From what Cabinet approved.
What Cabinet approved? Yes. So that it's not like they are deviating from what the loan is meant for based on the World Bank's understanding. It's more the Cabinet decision. That's your emphasis.
In fact, both are correct. The big program, yes, includes payment of contractors, includes several other things. But specifically, this one, as approved by Cabinet, was for payment of contractors 100%. But when they came to Cabinet, they were now deviating. And to Parliament, they were now deviating. And that's why we drew their attention. Thankfully, the Deputy Minister for Finance, Honorable Ampim, who was there, considered on the floor that this would be used 100% to pay the contractors. And then he also undertook that when they have done the payment, they will come back to Parliament with a report on which contractors have been paid.
All right. Now, I think you hinted in your submission earlier that the contractors could be very broad, because I'm sure contractors doesn't necessarily mean road contractors. There could be power sector contractors as well, right? So is it your contention that the Cabinet decision was specific to road contractors or contractors generally?
So, in fact, in our submission, we even considered that you could even have contractors in the energy sector. But if that is the intendment, then you say that clearly to Cabinet, and when you come to Parliament, you also say that contractors, specifically energy sector, road, so and so. When you now go into some of the other issues of poverty reduction and climate resilience, etc., that's where we say you are deviating.
Now, the bigger question, though, is how come the debt is so big? Indeed, the minister you say you went to see yesterday, on June 25, he is quoted as having said that the road sector has a debt overhang of 67 billion, I suppose, cedis, and that they are making arrangement to pay the first 13, which is the figure you mentioned as well. Yes. Why did MPP leave 67 billion cedis in road construction debts?
Well, you would notice that government programs road construction, first of all, based on the demands of people. This morning, I was alerted that you were speaking to people on one of our major corridors between Achimota and all the way to, I think, in Saomo. So the demands of the people would trigger the government program to construct those roads. And then government will program different forms of financing for it. Tax revenue, non-tax revenue, some loans. There are some that you could even decide to bring in a PPP option to come and do a BOT for you. If some of those revenue options are not performing, you will find that by the time the contractor has done the work and issued the certificate, you have a debt and you don't have any of these financing options to pay. I don't think that it will be deliberate on any government's part, even the NDC government's part, that they will give out road contracts and will not pay for it. No, it is a product of the functioning of your revenue handles. You will recall that revenue had its own challenges, for which reason we had to then introduce some taxes, some of which were very unpopular and got us into trouble at the end of the day. But the revenue underperformance generally, vis-a-vis the scale of projects that the people of Ghana are asking for, is part of the reason for which you will find that intermittently you have gaps between the work that has been done and the money in the basket to pay for them. And that's why when we observed that it is possible that these monies were now going to be used for goods and service expenditure, we have to quickly draw the minister's attention.
Well, before I talk to the Deputy Minister of Finance, Mr. Agboja said that your government awarded road projects without regard for availability of funds, unquote. That is pretty serious.
I don't think that is correct. They are in government now, and I am optimistic that very soon they would now tone down on all of these conversations. You award contracts, you program revenues, but the revenues have to perform. the revenue handles have to perform. For example, this year, when the government said they were going to remove some revenue handles, we drew the attention that it will create about 6 billion CD gap in the budget. They told us that they were going to close that gap by reducing the VAT refund retention threshold from 6 to 4%. I'm very sure you recall. Check the numbers. It's not performing. As a result, they've had to come back. That, and then the fact that they are now also losing about 5 CDs for every $1 revenue program for gold, oil, and cocoa. So they've had to come back to try and see how they can get another 6 billion from introducing this 8% levy on fuel, which they have suspended. So as you do your economic program and particularly your fiscal program, and then you go along, you've committed the contract, but as you go along, you would then observe the revenues as they come in or not. It is when the gap comes, that's when you have these unfunded commitments. I don't think anybody will be deliberate in doing that.
All right. Stay on. Let me talk to Honorable Thomas Nyakwampim, Deputy Finance Minister. Now, Honorable, I did hear you in Parliament respond to what Kojo said, but because you're here, I'm not going to play back what you said. But if you can summarize that, what the position was and whether Kojo was right or you were, it was just an oversight. What's your version of why, in his view, you were attempting to vary a cabinet decision to spend 13 billion cedis to pay contractors, and you wanted to spend it on other matters?
Thank you and good morning. Kwajo Mawache, I hope that I'm out to me there. Bernard, Kwajo is just trying to do politics on the floor and on this platform, because what we said and what the report of the committee was clear. One, he's trying to align with President Mohammed's decision to use the $360 million to pay contractors and suggest that that was the original intention of the loan. That is not true. The loan is a budget support facility from the World Bank. And budget support does not tie the hands of the government to utilize the proceeds for any specific item. It comes into the pool of revenue for the government, and the government decides what to use the money for. So that is the first thing. It says $300 million in March 2024. The second tranche is what we are assessing that we sent to Parliament. Government took a decision in cabinet that the total amount should be utilized for the payment of arrears. And that is what we communicated to Parliament. If you look at the report that he's talking about, he decided to choose the broad objectives of the facility and then just listed a number of the items listed under the broad objectives. If you look at paragraph 6.5, it says, and I read, the committee observed that the expected outcomes of the program include the following: improved revenue collection, improved financial sector stability, improved private investment and foreign direct investment, a host of them. This was in the original agreement. So that is a broad objective. But the agreement is that whenever you are assessing, the funds will be part of budget support. And budget support does not tie the hands of the government to spend it on any specific item. It is the decision of the government to decide what they want to spend it on.
So as far as you're concerned,
the
report was explicit that you would spend it on arrears. There was no variation in that.
Yes, I'm going to read that part of the report to you. That is under paragraph 6.2. And it says, I read, it will be recalled that in the 2025 budget, government programmed to spend 13 billion cedis owed to contractors. During the consideration of the referral, the committee noted that the full amount of 350 million from DPO2 will be used to finance part of the amount owed to contractors. This was explicitly stated in the report. So I was so shocked listening to my friend Opon Kroma reading around and suggesting that we communicating to Parliament is suggesting that the amount, the utilization will be varied from the decision of Cabinet. That is not true. And if you have a copy of the report, look at it. It stated in the report that the full amount will be used to pay part of the amount owed to contractors. So all that he's dancing around saying were palpable and truth. They were
It would be nice for you to forward the report to me. It would be good if after the interview you forward it to me, if it's possible. If
I'll
it's not,
forward it to you.
Good. Second question, and I'll let Kojo respond to this, but if I see the report, it will end the matter. Second question, the road minister said 67 billion is the arrears for the road sector alone. 13 out of that still leaves.
That is the arrears, the total arrears, not only to road sector.
Oh, okay.
The 67 billion is total arrears.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So what is the total for road? Do we know?
If I recall, that is a little over 20 billion.
Oh, wow. So when you pay that, and is all this 13 going to road?
No, we didn't say all the 13 is going to road. The 13 billion is the amount we have programmed to pay for arrears in the 2025 budget. We couldn't take the full amount of 65 billion to be programmed in 2025 budget. So we reported to Parliament that for the year 2025, we had programmed to pay down the arrears of 67 billion by 13 billion.
Wonderful. So these arrears are everything from road, energy, and other arrears
that we have programmed to pay in 2025.
Wonderful.
Correct.
Wonderful.
And let me quickly add that you recall that Dr. Forsen reported to Parliament that we had submitted the 67 billion arrears to the Auditor General to audit. And then after that, we will start the payment. The Auditor General has submitted part of the report to us. Some have been disallowed, some have been cleared. And so we are going to begin, once we get this money, we are going to begin the payments of arrears for those that have been cleared by the Auditor General.
So it's possible when the full work is done, the total arrears will be less than 67 billion?
It will come down, yes.
But the road 20, do we know how much of the 13 will go into roads?
Well, those specifics I don't have readily available, but the amount programmed of 13 billion is going to pay arrears for this year. And let me quickly mention this because we were talking about a statement that the road minister made. Look, when we were doing the budget hearing and the road minister and his team appeared before us, I chaired that committee, so I remember it vividly. It came to light that there are over 800 road projects that have been awarded, ongoing across the length and breadth of this country. And the amount allocated for the road sector was about 2.2 billion. That is the capex for 2025 for the road sector. And so the initial data they brought to us, they had thinly distributed the 2.2 billion to a lot of ongoing road projects. Some even had 100,000 cities. Some had 50,000. Some had 300,000. So the question was that if you pay a contractor on the Akosombo Jekiti Road who has brought a certificate to the tune of about 3 million cities, and you pay him 100,000, can he go back to continue the road? So we agreed, and Honorable Agboja agreed with me, that they will have to go back and look at this and redistribute the amount. At least, if they can concentrate on a number of roads and complete them, it is better than thinly spreading the 2.2 billion on 800 projects and none will go far. So it is obvious that the indiscretion to award many projects, I mean, at a time that you know that you don't have money to fund them, is what has caused all these things. And so the truth is that all the 800 projects cannot continue at the same time. We need to prioritize. And the 2.2 billion is separate from the 13 billion that I talked about. The 13 billion is specifically for arrears. The 2.2 billion is the capex allocation for the road ministry for 2025. And there is also some allocation for road fund. That is mainly for road maintenance. And so that is the reality. We need to cut our coat according to our size. That is why in the 2025 budget, government has decided that before you commit government to award any contract, you need to come back to the finance ministry for us to ascertain that you have the money to fund the project. So today we are giving commitment authorization. We will look at your budget for the year or the medium term. If you say that the Asikuma and Numbosu Road will cost 8 million cedis, you want to do it in 3 years, and then another road will cost this. So we want to look at what you have programmed for the whole year and look at your budget and see if it can be contained before we allow you to go and contract. If we don't do that and they continue to award contracts at will, we will come back to the same mess that we inherited. So President Mahama is clear.
Yes, do you think
it's clear that we need to reverse this trend?
You don't speak for the road minister, but do you think it will be useful to renegotiate these 800 road projects because the amount is too little?
They suggested that. They suggested that they will renegotiate, see those that they can terminate, see those that can be. I mean, so they are working around all these things. I mean, if you call Honorable Abuja, I'm sure he will be able to give you.
All right, fair enough.
Because 800 projects cannot continue to sit on our books because it will lead to judgment debts. It will, I mean, a whole lot of mess that we have inherited.
Fair enough.
So if Honorable Opon Nkrumah is saying the reality will come back to her because revenue is not performing, that is not the truth. The reality is that they awarded contracts that they knew they did not have money for. And that is what is happening. Look, in next 2 weeks, my boss will come to Parliament to present the mid-year budget review. And you see that revenue has performed more than what we programmed. We have raked in more revenue than what we planned, what we anticipated we were going to get by the end of June 2025. So revenue is performing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we still need to do more to get more revenue that we can finance a lot of
Two quick points. In my interview with him, he said that this 360 million from the World Bank was originally 300 million, which they had wanted to pass in October last year, but your side blocked it, which is why it's delayed. And therefore, you guys managed to add 60. But that if that had gone through in 2024, some of the debt would have gone. This is what he said. I don't know if you have a comment on that.
That is not true. You see, this World Bank facility is tied to some reforms that government has agreed with the World Bank that we will do. And these reforms are very wide. There are some that are EPA related. I mean, there are some that are social protection related and all that. So before you assess this cheap facility, we have agreed with government, with the bank, that we will do A, B, C, D. And so the World Bank Board looks at your performance in the agreed indicators that you have agreed to perform before they approve it. And so on Friday, 27th of June, the board reviewed it and then approved the second tranche. Ask Opon Nkrumah whether the time that they were talking about, the World Bank Board had approved the second tranche. It is not, they had not approved it. You understand? We took a decision to slow them down on borrowings because we warned them way ahead that the rate at which they were borrowing, they will crash the economy. We will not be able to pay. We will default. We will go into debt restructuring. We said these things. I remember Dr. Atufolsen did some program at UPSA, a lecture, and he predicted all these things. They did not listen. They continued borrowing until such a point that they were forced to restructure our debt. And so the minority then took a decision that we needed to slow them down on the rate at which they were borrowing. That is, and Bernard, you were here. You are familiar with these issues. So that is what happened. Now, on the issue of the additional 60 million, look, when this government took over, we started implementing some of the reforms to the admiration of everybody, Ghanaians, the IMF, the World Bank, everybody. And one thing that we have said that we're going to do was private sector participation in the distribution of energy, electricity. The World Bank said, okay, if you want to embark on this reform, then we'll give you additional 160 million so that you can use it to finance your budget. And so the reform has been put in stages. The bank says, okay, The first stage, if you are able to secure cabinet approval, then you can access additional 60 million. If you are able to complete the process, you can access another 100 million. That is how come this time cabinet has approved a decision to have private sector participation in the energy distribution. And so the additional 60 million is available for government to access.
Okay.
That is how come the amount has increased from 300 to 360 million. And then the final one is going to be about 400 million or so. If we are able to get through all the reforms, the DPO3 will be will also mature around October, November this year.
Good.
And so by October, November this year, if government is able to do all the reforms that we have committed to do, we can access another 400 million. The decision of President Mohammed's cabinet is that that 400 million will also go into the payment of contractors. And when I say contractors, not just road contractors, all contractors.
So it means that the 67 billion arrears, the plan for it from financing perspective is the facility from the World Bank, basically.
No, not only the facility.
Not only that.
We are also financing part from internal revenue generation source. And so it is just that this facility is available and we say we are committing all. In fact, if you put the 360 and the 400 million that we are expecting around October, November, it comes to about 8 billion cedis. We have programmed to spend 13 billion. So the extra 5 billion will be financed from our internal source.
Finally, because today we are discussing roads, I know you're not the road minister, the 20 billion old road contractors, when do you think it would be paid?
Look, all these will be programmed in our budget. Now, the Auditor General and the top accounting firms that did the auditing of the arrears have already brought some report that indicates that some of the amounts are being disallowed. So in the mid-year budget review on the 17th or so, if I get the date right, Dr. Folsom will report on that and will indicate what the audited arrears stock is. And then he will also indicate the plan to clear the arrears. Already we made provision for 13 billion, which we are religiously pursuing to clear this year. In next year's budget, we will program another amount. And that is why we are managing the finances so well that we don't have arrears build up. That is why we are giving commitment authorization and make sure that you don't spend beyond what, we don't spend above what has been budgeted for the year. Because if we go the way they did, we will be clearing the arrears and we'll be building more arrears. That is not how to manage an economy. If Ghana was upon Nkrumah's company, do you think he would have managed Ghana the way they did? He was speaking for government, so he's very familiar with all these issues. That's why I knew that all that he was doing on the floor was politics. And today, you know, upon Nkrumah is a very smart guy. He's trying to suggest to Ghanaians that the decision to use the 360 million to pay contractors was taken by them many years ago. How can you say this? When upon Nkrumah knows that it is budget support and it is money that is not tied to anything, and it is the government's decision to decide what to use it for. He should tell us the $300 million they took, what they used it for.
Okay, he's here to respond.
Yes, he should respond. It was not tied to any specific thing. And they did not say that they were using it to pay contractors. Then, if they said it, he should prove it. They never said that. So they used it for different things. In fact, you cannot even track specifically what it was used for because the money was put into the pool and then they disbursed it. So they cannot tell line by line what they use. We have come and we have stated clearly that we are using the full amount to pay contractors. They didn't do that. So he shouldn't try to take part of them.
Kojo, your colleague says don't try and take part of Mohammed's glory. And if Ghana was your company, we run it the way your government ran it. What is your comment?
I hope he stays on the line for a while. First of all, he is the one peddling palpable falsehoods when he says that they did not block the laying of loan agreements, getting to the end of our tenure. You followed it, your reporters followed it, Ghanaians followed it. In fact, sometimes it even almost degenerated into fisticuffs because there were quite a number of loan agreements that we sought to lay, getting to the end of our tenure, that they blocked it. Today, he's turning around trying to pretend that he doesn't recall any of those things. Number two, he also, in one breath, wants to suggest that I said expressly, or I suggested, that the intendment of the 360 by us was for paying of contractors. I never said that. I said that they went to cabinet, and I read page 11 of their cabinet memo. They went to cabinet, and then they got approval that they were going to use 100% of the money to pay contractors. When they came to Parliament, Bernard, on the report that they brought, which he says he will forward to you, I've also got a copy here. There was a part of the report that dealt with the general uses of the original 900. I think you even alluded to it in your earlier reading. That one dealt with the general uses. Then when it came to what they were going to use this for, under 6.3, they called it importance of the facility. They said, and I want to read to you, the committee noted that the 360 million facility is not dedicated to any specific project in the 2025 budget. The Deputy Minister of Finance, hello?
Yes, you are on. You are on.
Yes.
You are on.
The Deputy Minister of Finance explained that the facility is part of general budget support and will be applied to finance critical aspects of the 2025 budget. They were still going on being vague. And then they now followed with this long list of the general provisions. It is then that we drew the attention to the fact that you went to your own cabinet. Yes, it was President Mahama who said that for this specific tranche, he wanted to use it to pay contractors. You went to cabinet and got that approval. So don't come to Parliament and instead of being specific, in the past, Bernard, sometimes you even see specific road projects listed for the utilization of funds. In this case, they chose to be hazy about it and not be specific about it. Now, he talks about revenue, performance, being above par. My brother, don't deceive yourself. We've been in that space before. This revenue performance that you are saying is above par. We will be happy to know if it includes the almost 11 billion that you swept from a controller and all of those accounts to join or back to Central Treasury that you are counting as part of your revenue. Because you and I have been in this game for a while. You know that revenue has its very, very significant difficulties. And that is why at the end of the day, sometimes you have difficulty in meeting some of your expenditure obligations. If you choose to play the ostrich with it, we are here. As the time goes along, we will see the reasons for which you are or you are not able to fund some of the expenditure commitments that you have made. But be that as it may, our joy is that at the end of the day, they have admitted that they are going to use it as they got cabinet approval for to pay contractors. And as our leader, Honorable Bafenyo King, requested and which he committed to on the floor, I heard him quite clearly, when they are done, they will come back to Parliament in their subsequent reports and be able to provide all of that detail.
Can you respond to two specific things he said, where he said you cannot tell us what you used the first tranche to specifically do because you added it to a general pool of money, and number two, that under your government, 800 road projects were committed to, for which only 2.2 billion in capex was allocated, spreading the results so thin that some projects had even 50,000 CD mobilization.
So first of all, our 300, we were clear that it was for general budget support. If you look at the cabinet memo and you look at what we came to Parliament with, there was no deviation between the two. We said it was clearly for general budget support as a complement to what the IMF was doing for us. They are the ones who went to cabinet to say that they were going to be specific. In fact, when they went to cabinet, they did not list these items, climate resilience, social safety net, etc., under that particular paragraph on page 11. They didn't. But here, when they came to Parliament, they chose not to be specific on it, but rather to list those ones. So that's why we drew their caution to it. Ours, we were quite clear that it was general budget support. If he chooses to spend it, that therefore we dump it in the budget and we can't show line by line. My brother, that's exactly what budget support is for. You were the one who did politicking with these issues. I was hoping we were not going to go into that dimension, but since you want to go, you did a lot of politicking with it. Today, now that you are in power and you have gone for specifics, that you are going to use this loan to pay contractors, when you came to Parliament, you weren't clear on it, and that's why we had to draw.
But did you intend to use the second tranche to pay contractors?
Well, I don't have before me the memo on the utilization of the second tranche, but they were those who went specifically that they were going to use it to pay contractors. By the way, the contractors that they said the arrears was 60-something billion. I think in his submission, he has considered that the figure is going to be a bit lower than that. And this is why we caution them at budget time that even if somebody is telling you we owe, you don't adjust the national accounts for figures you haven't audited. About 800 contracts that had been awarded on the road projects. These contracts were not, with the greatest of respect, roads to nowhere. These were contracts for roads that were in demand. This morning, as you are talking to people, Santor and all of these places, these are roads that the people you went to campaign to tell them you will build those roads for. These are roads that they are waiting for you to deliver. It is for that same purpose that the NPP administration gave out those contracts. It is for the same purpose that the NPP administration programmed revenues, programmed debt as part of efforts to pay. If revenues were having challenges at the point, for example, when you came to power, you said you were going to raise revenue from 13 to 18% without adding new taxes or renaming old taxes. You've reneged on that. And today you are introducing new taxes left, right, center on insurance, on fuel, etc. It's because the revenue holes are big. So don't pretend that you are overperforming on revenue. It will come back to haunt you.
Well, could you
be candid with it?
Yeah. Finally, he's actually sent me
the revenue so that you can close it.
Before we go, he sent me the report. It's 10 pages, and to be fair, 6.2. It mentioned that the committee also noted that the third tranche DPO3 yet to come on board will also be used to finance part of the 2025 programmed arrears. It also says that in the 2025 budget, government program to spend 13 billion owed to contractors. During the consideration of the referral, the committee noted that the full amount of the 360 million from DPO2 will be used to finance part of the amount owed to contractors. So he's basically saying you knew this was in the report, but you decided to focus on the 6.1 where they were talking about the rationale for the facility.
No. That's what we focus. Go further. Go to 6.3. Importance of the facility. That's what I was reading to. That is where you now come and speak about the specifics. What are you going to use this one for? Then there they went to say that they were going to use it that is not dedicated to any specific project. And that they were going to use it as general budget support. And so if you follow Afenyo Martin's debate on the floor, for example, he was asking them that you need to be specific. And then if you follow that with the general benefits, in fact, the word we used to them yesterday was that they were obfuscating. We've been in this enterprise before. What he accused us of doing, of dumping it in the budget and then appropriating it from the budget without being specific. That is what we're drawing the attention to cure, that you need to be specific. Later, his answer was that he can't list the contractors they are going to pay. We would indulge them on that one. But you recall that in the past, sometimes even specific road projects will be named, that this facility is going for specific road projects. Now what they are going to do is that they are going to dump it in a big bowl of what they call arrears. Every government execution in this country, if it is not paid for at the time that it is accounted for, becomes arrears. Arrears could be it could be goods and services, expenditure arrears. It could be capex arrears. It could be from different sectors. And that's what we are drawing the attention to, that they needed that specificity.
Okay.
So when they come and follow that with these general provisions, that's when we're saying that they shouldn't divert.
All right.
Thankfully, he considered that they would do it. So, if he comes back this morning to say that, we are doing politics, they were the ones who were doing politics on the floor.
All right.
And finally, they were able to do the right thing.
I wonder whether there's a direct road between Esuojaman and Ofuase. It would be good to see the state of that road, because both of you, I'm sure, because he also, in my answer to him, kept mentioning roads in his constituency, which I suspect he wants done. And you also kept mentioning roads. By the way, how far apart are your two constituencies? Because you are both in the eastern region, I guess. Is it a walkable distance?
Oh, no. He is at Akusumu. He doesn't give me a treat when I go to his constituency for committee meetings. But I'm on the western side of the...
Okay, so it's quite a journey.
It is.
Well, so both of you are still a bit apart, even on the issue. So I'll thank you for talking to us. Kojo Ponkroma, who's MP for Fuasi Arebi, former Minister of Information and also former Works and Housing Minister. MP for Esuojaman is the Deputy Finance Minister. I'll give him the last word as he goes. Minister, thank you for staying on. Just any closing thoughts?
Thank you, Bernard. I'm happy that in the second submission of upon Nkrumah, he has drifted away from trying to share in the good news of going to pay contractors. Because in his earlier submission, he suggested that was the original intention of the facility, that the 900 will be used to pay for the. No, that wasn't it. You also read the report, and clearly you can see from the report that it was clear. In fact, the importance of the facility that he stated and read. He says the committee noted that the 360 million facility is not dedicated to any specific project. And that is the description of budget support. Budgetary support is not dedicated to any particular project. But we went further to say that even though this facility is not tied to any particular project, it is the decision of government to use the full amount to pay arrears. So this was very clear. So I don't know why you read only one part of the report and refuse to read the most important part that is specific about the utilization of the proceeds. So that is what I'm saying, that the upon Nkrumah I know is deliberately throwing dust into the eyes of people.
Fair enough. So to conclude, you said that the 13.
To conclude, he made.
I want us. I want us to go for it.
He mentioned that the revenue that I said is performing. He hopes that the swept fund is not part of it. Look, read our PFMA. We are operating a single treasury account. So by 31st December, if there are any monies in subnational accounts that have not been utilized, we must bring all of them back into the consolidated fund. That is, the single treasury account process. And so, because we need to appropriate funds to MDAs to spend, so if for any reason they have excess money and it sits in their accounts and we don't sweep, we will add more money and they will spend outside the budgeted amount. And so we swept the funds. Look, we have restored a number of them so that they can spend within appropriation. This swept funds is not part of the revenue that I'm saying is performing. It is not part of it. The amount we indicated in the budget that we will raise from all sources by mid-year next 2 weeks, you will see that we have performed more than that. And that is revenues for 2025. So that is what we are doing. And look, he has admitted that they were reckless in awarding contracts everywhere and all that, and saying that we'll see the reality.
I'm not sure he will say he admitted.
He did. He did. Don't try to divert. So you see, we are saying that we cannot continue on that path. So whenever we agree on an amount for an MDA, try to spend within that ceiling. Otherwise, we will go back to defaulting on our debt and we will have to restructure again. Never again should this happen to Ghana. We must prudently manage our finances.
Thank you. We'll be waiting for the 16th July or 17th July midterm budget, and hopefully we can talk again around that period. Thank you so much, Honorable Thomas Nyakwampim, Deputy Minister for Finance, MP for Esojaman. Also earlier on, Kojo Nkrumah, MP for Ofansi Arabi. So what started as a discussion about road projects and the story, Francisca, you read from the minister, I think it's giving us some context, because now he's saying that the 67 billion is total arrears. It could come down because of the audit they're doing. Some have been disallowed already. Number two, of the 67, 20 is roads. So that's also some good information. And the 13 arrears is not just roads. So it means that the 20 could possibly still have maybe 15 or 16 left, because he was not able to tell me how much of the 13 will go specifically to roads. We need to wait for that. But we do know that the road sector arrears are 20 billion. I hope you see this, not dollars, 20 billion cedis. So those are some of the points we've learned from this interview. So it means that our next steps when we get the road sector minister is to ask him how much of the 13 he believes will be allocated to his sector, which roads he will prioritize. And number two, we need to ask the road minister, the 800 projects, is he going to renegotiate all of them? because the capex is just 2.2, and if he's going to renegotiate, what rubric will he use to prioritize roads? So I think the road minister has a lot of questions to answer, even at this stage, even though most of these are financing issues, which you can say. And I think the last thing we learned is that going forward, the finance ministry is going to be very critical, because from what Nyakwapem is saying, whether you are works and housing, you are roads or transport, if you go for anything, if you sign any contract which you do not check with the finance ministry first, they would not commit.
Yeah.
So it looks like the finance ministry is going to become
Very
quite
fun.
an important fulcrum in government business. So I think those are the lessons I've harvested. We'll take a short break, 9:14, City Breakfast. So we have lots of comments on roads. We'll come back and deal with them. Don't go away.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Always busy on the go. Tap the app, you're good to go. Big dreams, little time. There's a boat for you to ride. Every single time, yeah, yeah. While the errands will link up or more, hop in a boat and get out and explore. There's a boat for you to ride, yeah. Make moves with boat.
Use code KEEPMOVING50 for 50% off your first 3 rides. Download the boat app now.
Make moves with boat.
On the go, night or day. PBL app is the easiest way. Bank secure, bank with ease. Right at your fingertips, bank is a breeze. PBL app making banking so clear. Anytime, anywhere, we're here. Safe, secure, banking for you. PBL app, simple and true.
Welcome to the future of banking. The Prudential Bank mobile app. Bank secure anytime, right from your phone. Access your accounts 24/7. Perform instant transactions. Pay bills. Link mobile money wallets. Scan and pay with GHQR. Manage your cards. Make seamless GIP interbank transfers. All with ease. No more banking hours. Take control and app your banking. Experience simple, secure and convenient banking. Download the PBL mobile app now. PBL mobile app. App your banking.
Did you know that only 10% of university graduates find a job in their first year after school? But the Design and Technology Institute, DTI, is changing that. They offer tertiary graduates a chance to enter the world of work with industry-relevant skills in precision welding and fabrication, entrepreneurship, creative media, and engineering. Kweku, a geodetic engineering graduate, took that opportunity.
Oh, DTI is next level. My university course didn't give me the industry-relevant skills I needed to work on an oil rig, but DTI did. I enrolled in their precision welding and fabrication program, which included a 6-month workplace experience learning. DTI's programs are accredited by the American Welding Society and Pearson's BTech, so my skills are recognized globally. Plus, they connect us to real jobs.
You heard it here first. If you want world-class technical training, visit dtiafrica.com or call 054-169-3534. DTI, wired for jobs.
It's time! You want to stand out, level up, and be your best self? Then you need more than vibes.
You need the grace to excel. You need Max Out
2025.
Hosted by KICC Ghana,
Max Out is the ultimate 3-day youth conference.
Connect with like-minded youth
and find answers to your questions in the Word of God. We've got powerful speakers like Pastor Andy and Helen Nielsen, Bernard Avles,
and Reverend Prince Nyako, breaking it all down.
Spiritually, mentally, career-wise, and even relationships, nothing is off limits.
It's all happening at KICC Dominion Center on Friday, July 18th at 6:30 p.m.
Saturday, July 19th from 9 a.m. and the grand finale on Sunday, July 20th at 8 a.m. with live ministrations from La Famille Music,
King's Kid, exhibitions, Q&As, and more. This isn't a conference you want to miss.
Follow at KICCGH_Royals on socials for all the gist.
And entry is free. Max Out 2025. Come receive the grace to excel. Let's go.
Imagine waking up to serenity every day, surrounded by nature's beauty and luxury at your fingertips in a gated estate you can be proud to call your home. Welcome to Western Villas, located at Ai Mensa, where our stunning homes redefine elegance. At Western Villas, each home is a masterpiece, designed with precision and love. From swimming pool, gym, playground, beautiful landscaped gardens, and private balconies, making every day feel like a retreat.
We also have executive plots for sale at McCarthy Hill, strategically located and offer unparalleled views, easy access to amenities, and endless possibilities for executive living. With just 5% deposit, you can reserve your space. Contact us today to learn more about our luxury homes at Mensa or executive plots at McCarthy Hill. Call us now on 0536 502295 or visit www.westernvillas.com for more information.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Time check is 20 minutes past 9. Tons of comments. Some on just the state of roads. I'm sure other ones on the...
Yeah, and Yao Kwabena says, good morning, City team. God bless you, Bernard.
Yao
from Kwabena says, good morning, City team. God bless you, Bernard, for bringing up the Kwabena Ketasi Road. You're in the spirits. I was looking for a spot to park and text because I was on that stretch. In 3 months, I've spent over 6K repairing my car. My wife's is at the shop too now, waiting for new shocks and links, etc. Between the Comet police station and A-Line Junction, it is crazy. A host of big potholes everywhere. In front of Rehoboth Estate, dear, there's a big gully passing through the road. Please, if they are not ready to fix it, then they should come and do it the way it was before, because it was much better. Thank you. Good morning, Bernard. Please talk about the road connecting Dunkornofin and Anyafri in the central region. It's a hell there. Bro, even though it's the busiest road in this area, ask authorities if they are aware of this. That's Sami from Dunkwa. Good morning, Bernard, Caleb, and the only lady on CBS. Please talk about the Nana Chrome Gate Road through Santor to Ashiaman. It's deadly. Good morning, Bernard and team. The Pokwasin Sawom Road is a dead matter now, while we commuters on that route are suffering daily. Now, drivers are charging 10 Ghana cedis from Amasamang to Nswom instead of 6 Ghana cedis 50 pesos. Why this way? And that's coming from Prosper. Hi, Bernard. I live in Ablekuma, Agape, and the road is terrible. And I mean terrible is an understatement. Kindly use your medium to escalate the plight of citizens in Ablekuma, Agape. That's coming from Awo. Good morning, City team. While you're on the roads, could you draw the attention of authorities of Amasama Municipal Assembly to grade the Media Kotoku Papase Road to make it motorable? The onion market in Ghana, that's Kotoku, operates there too. The rains have worsened the situation on the road. That's David from Adenta. Good morning, Bernard and team. The Betile Road through the Freetown area is terrible. The road is supposed to connect to East Legon Hills, but it is bad. Good morning, Bernard. I was staying at Dobro in my own house, but because of the nature of the road, I had to leave my house and rent a room in town.
So just to summarize this part, in terms of what to do next, obviously the protest by the people,
traffic watches,
in a couple of weeks, we have to follow that.
July 12th.
But I think we need to find a road ministry to tell us how they will prioritize these things, because this is not the finance minister's job to tell us. They've given you the pool. You need to tell us who you will pay and who you will not pay. So I think the Ministry of Roads owes us a conversation.
It does.
At some point.
It does, especially because the roads that were started are now deteriorating beyond what they were even before the construction started. The Ketase Brekusu Road, it's now very, very bad. I mean, you used it, you saw it.
It was terrible.
Santor is bad, and then the Pokwase in Sawam stretch parts. they are really, really bad. If you use it on any day, you're going to really struggle. So some conversation, give us some timelines, let us know, are you engaging contractors like you did on the, motorway side where you got some of the contractors to patch some potholes and things. It's getting really bad on some of these streets. So some remedial interventions will do.
In the meantime,
remember the drip coordinator told us that in the second and third weeks of August, I believe, some remedial work will be done. So something like that to keep people, to assuage people here and there. I think that will help while we look at the bigger picture and how to find money.
He mentioned that perhaps on the 17th, he wasn't specific of this month, there will be the mid-year budget review. So it will be good to hear the details from the finance ministry.
All right. Coming up, more interviews.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game of choices. Listen with rapt attention. Round 1, question 1. Elevator or stairs?
Stairs.
Now the second question. Less than 4 hours or at least 6 hours of sleep at night?
At least 6 hours of sleep.
The last question. Yomi yogurt or...
Yomi yogurt, of course.
Oh, I'm not done.
No need. That's my choice. Yomi yogurt.
Life is full of choices. Always remember that the choices we make today shape our tomorrow. Whether it's a morning start, a midday snack, or a dessert, our delicious Yomi yogurt is here to nourish you. Yummy, a nourishing choice. This advert is FDA approved.
It's time to take the next step toward your dreams. Admissions are now open for our October intake at Lancaster University, Ghana. Get ready for a world-class education, global opportunities, and an unforgettable experience in Ghana. For more information, contact us at +233 030 211 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Apply today and begin your journey to success with Lancaster University, Ghana. Your future starts now.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
World number 1 brought higher LED TV and home appliances got mega up to 5,000 cities price drop at all Electromat showrooms. This time to shop higher air conditioner, LED TV, refrigerators, washing machine, chest freezer, range of appliances at unbeatable prices on every purchase, exclusively at showrooms. Rush now while stock lasts. Check our website and social media pages for more details. Electromat, your world of electronics.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
So it's 27 after 9 and we have guests in the studio to talk about the Institute of Leadership and Strategy. Kaka, you remember Bernard was talking about someone whose birthday had to be calculated around a funeral that took place in this village and something. Yeah, that's the man in the studio.
That's
the man, yeah, that's him. Jeff Bassey is the man.
Wow.
We share the same birth month, so it's good to see you again in the studio, sir. You're welcome here.
Thank you so much, Caleb.
Yes.
And indeed, too, you're stationed for the wonderful work you are doing for us.
Excellent.
As to the birthday stuff, we thank God.
Indeed.
But you found your date of birth.
From, that was in GHS. So from primary through GHS2, I have to manufacture one, so long as it was on a Saturday, because I'm Kwame, right? Till I found the actual one
The
in
incident.
GHS2.
Okay.
You know, before I.
So how did you discover
the incident is about my mom's my dad's mother, my grandmother, whom I never met, my paternal grandmother was had died and was buried on that day, and because my mom was sort of heavily pregnant, she couldn't attend the burial service, and by the time they had returned, I was delivered.
You were born.
So these guys actually kept the date of the date
for the funeral
was buried, but they couldn't keep the date a human being was born. You know, so when they found the date that she was buried, and then it happened to be my birthday.
It's impressive how far you've come.
I will now have to 10. So I was using actually May 2. But actually I'm born on June 28th.
Congratulations on finding your birth date of birth. And you've also moved from HR Certification Center, which still exists, which still runs. Now you are into Institute of Leadership and Strategy. Tell us about this one.
Well, I only happen to be the founder of the HR Certification Center.
Okay.
I have always been a strategy person, but I founded an institute. By God's grace, it's grown quite big. We've passed out well over 6,000 persons. We're running the 43rd cohort. My next in command at the time, Pearl Tehoda, had assumed the position of the CEO or the executive director. And so I only chair the board, provide them boardroom leadership. And I have to go back to my first love, which is strategy. We launched some 2 years ago. God has been good to us. We passed out some 400 persons already. This is our 7th cohort we are about to run. The immediate past cohort, why I came here the last time, which is cohort 6, was heavily oversubscribed. And we forever remain appreciative to stations like yours who have been partners.
Excellent. So tell us about this certification in strategy and why managers should seek same.
Right. So the CSP is actually for that certified strategy professional. It's actually for managers and professionals planning to move their career to strategic and, if you may, policy making positions. And I always say that for one to truly influence the strategic direction of an organization, be it at a corporate level, business unit level, or the functional level, a strategic mindset is imperative in driving that force. And indeed, managers who aspire at the C-suite executive level, they are probably not there, but aspire to be there. I mean, starting from having the, what I call thinking from a strategic perspective becomes very key in getting that. I shared a quick data the last time I came here. A research done by McKinsey Consulting Group sought to indicate that managers at the lower level, that is the line managers, branch managers, etc., well over 70% of them do not quite understand or appreciate what strategy is. But then the mid-level, that is the senior managers, we are still playing with about half of them. The shocker is those who have gotten to the C-suite executive roles, the creme de la creme, still have some 30% of them or so not quite understanding strategy. So you get to C-suite and you are still
confused,
being just operational in your management decisions, etc. And this program have been a great intervention. It gets heavily oversubscribed nearly every cohort to prepare managers for that strategic functions in their various organizations.
So what's the structure and what's the duration of the program?
Right, so the structure is very flexible. We are well aware of the caliber of people who come through our programs. The current cohort, for instance, the one that are about to end, some 85 persons, both in person and virtual, has about 19 chief executive officers. As for CFOs, chief operations officer, chief marketing officers, quite a number of them. But the thing is this, you clearly have to be in a management role or being a professional to qualify for this program. We don't take, pardon my words, rank and file
I get
regular
it. You
workers.
are not talking to me, I get it.
You have to be in a decision-making
managerial
position,
role.
managerial. But it doesn't matter which layer of management, whether the lower, middle, or
Top tier
executive,
C-suite.
you have to simply be in. For that reason, we make it so flexible.
Okay.
You take physical tuition on Saturdays only.
Okay.
10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Right.
Otherwise, you are doing virtual option Sundays only,
Right.
1 to 6 p.m.
Okay.
And our virtual session have intermittent breaks in between. Now, the good thing is that our listeners or our candidates have the liberty to switch between the two options.
Okay.
You don't have to stick to I'm a physical, so every Saturday.
Right.
If you are hot,
I mean, if you have to
just
attend a
get-
funeral on Saturday,
Yes,
you come do
good.
virtual on Sunday.
Because same instructor, same area that is
Fantastic.
delivered Saturday, it's
Okay.
taught virtual.
Yeah,
the
that-
third option is even that.
Oh, there's a third option.
The virtual option is recorded. So,
nice.
in the unlikely event, which we do not encourage,
Right.
you miss both options. You can always have the recording, so you
Listen
you
like a
update
podcast.
yourself. Precisely so.
Interesting.
Right.
That works. So, in our conversation, you've certainly spoken about who qualifies, but let me allow you to throw more light on who qualifies for this certified strategy professional course.
Yeah. So simply put, you have to either be a manager or a professional in an area, and it doesn't matter. Strategy is a big umbrella we all come under. Whether you have a background in finance, in HR, in marketing, sales, in operations, risk management, we've had this cohort currently have, I think, 5 military officers, very senior. Most of them are the colonel, levels. A lot of lawyers are in the class.
So the
We have
network
some
alone is very rich.
We have some 2 medical officer, chief executive officer of medical lab is in the current session, as a couple of doctors. So it really doesn't matter. Just be a professional or in a managerial role, and you are good to go.
Okay.
That is it. And quickly, if you allow me,
Please.
they go through key areas like organizational strategy and leadership,
Okay.
strategic planning process, the strategy formulation. We have a solid guy who teaches the competitive and growth strategy. He's a chief strategist for one of the leading banks in Ghana,
Okay.
leading and managing change. Then you go through, because strategy is about taking initiatives, etc.
Right.
You go through some fundamentals of project management, business and financial analysis, aligning people and culture to strategy. And then we spend a lot of time doing strategy execution and control. And of course, we also do very practical sessions, such as developing strategic plans. So we put them into areas of interest, depending on the industry you're coming from.
Right.
You do strategic plans. A panel will review with you,
Okay.
just so that the skills stay with you and not just theoretical foundation.
Jeff, so I'm a
area.
self-made man. I don't have any title like manager or anything, but I'm self-made. I have a business I'm running. Are you saying I can be part of
If
this?
you are self-made, you have business you are running, you're a manager. That makes you a CEO. So we have entrepreneurs in the session.
So there's something like that for
That's right.
those of us who are doing hustle and
The people
who
we
are-
don't take,
Yes.
and we no disrespect meant to them is,
Okay.
I just finished first degree and I got a job here. I want to know
We are
strategy.
sorry.
You won't follow
We are sorry.
what we are doing.
We are sorry. On behalf of that cohort, we are sorry. Do something for us soon. But when are you starting the next cohort, and why? How do we register?
The next immediate cohort takes off on the 16th of August.
Okay.
August 16th.
Oh, there's
next
a bit of
month.
time.
A bit of time. And so registration is ongoing now. We are near half of the class is already booked up.
Wow.
And those who are interested can come in. It is non-academic program. It's not an academic program.
It's professional
It's a
certification.
professional certification.
Okay.
And we are running an information session this Saturday, a
Okay.
virtual information session,
Okay.
just so people understand everything. I mean,
Right.
because this
Where
short
would
period-
that be?
That is a virtual.
Okay, so it's a
I'm
virtual.
going to mention a number.
Right.
You'll send us a WhatsApp with your name. We'll
Okay.
give you the details of the program,
Right.
but we'll also share the link to the virtual session happening this
the number.
Saturday at 4 p.m.
Okay.
It's just about 40 minutes conversation, but then we're able to answer everybody's question.
I like it.
Then they can join
I like it. So what's the number, please?
The number, our hotline is 020 822 4565.
That's easy to remember.
That
020
number, yeah.
822 45 65.
Precisely so.
And then you're done. So once we call, we will get all the details
Precisely
we
so.
need to know. Great. Jeff, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and certainly proud of your journey and how far you've come. Please keep pushing. You inspire a lot of people, and that's just feedback for you. But finally, before you take leave of us, what would you like to say, your concluding thoughts before we say goodbye?
I concluding thought we want to encourage managers who seek to understand strategy, it gives you credibility and recognition. And we have a very special group of people who come through.
Okay.
They are just preparing for consulting career.
Oh.
They want to go into management consulting. And this is a good grounding to, if you may, consolidate your confidence to get into that consulting career. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
I like that. Thanks for passing through, Jeff Bassey,
Jeff,
coordinator.
I'll take your number. I find this very interesting, and kudos to you. Also, congratulations for finding your birthday.
Thank you so much. Bernard was with us last Saturday to engage our strategy students. Bernard Avle.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm sure you love the teaching process.
Right.
All right,
Thank
so
you guys.
Jeff Bassey is coordinator of the Institute of Leadership and Strategy.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Now, from the Institute of Leadership and Strategy, we make a stop at Benti, Encho, Lecha, and Ankuma. They are rolling out a massive project they call the Capitalize Project. Capitalize Project. What is that and how does that interest you? What's in it for you? Well, Senna Bedie. Alright, so Senna Bedie is a senior associate, as well as Abigail Nikoi, who is head of business development and marketing. They join us today to tell us about the Capitalize Project. Ladies, good morning to you and welcome.
Good morning.
I love the energy. So please, let's start by you telling us about the Capitalize Project. What's that about and why are you launching it?
Good morning, Caleb, once again, and a warm good morning to all your listeners. Thank you for having us today on your show. We're excited to talk to you about Capitalize. So this year, Benti Encho, Lecha, and Ankoma is 35 years.
Ooh.
Yes.
It's older than I am. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you. So we have launched Capitalize as part of our initiatives to make a meaningful impact in Ghana. Capitalize is targeting SMEs that are championing innovative solutions tailored to the unique needs and challenges of this country. What we want to do is that we want to empower these SMEs with the legal knowledge and the guidance they need to be investor ready.
Okay.
So we've come to realize that a lot of SMEs lack the support and are unable to access funding. What Capitalize wants to do is to guide many of these SMEs and bring them in front of investors so that they are able to access the right kind of funding.
Wow, that's really exciting. So, why is raising capital such an important challenge for many Ghanaian SMEs? Anywhere you see SMEs, you ask them what's your major challenge. First thing they'll talk about is funding. But what's the problem? How are we not preparing ourselves enough for funding?
So we find that there's a big gap between investors' expectation, that investors that are looking to deploy funds, and then the business readiness of these SMEs. From the investors' point of view, they say that these SMEs do not have an understanding of the investment landscape. They don't understand the requirements that they need to access these investments. They also find that they don't have adequate documentation to demonstrate their growth potential. They don't have corporate governance structures in place, and then they generally are not ready. They don't understand the process, for example, the legal and financial due diligence that the investors have to do to satisfy themselves that the business is a good fit. Meanwhile, from the SME point of view as well, they don't have access to the professional advice that they need, legal and financial advice that they need to ready themselves for the investment. And so they don't understand the financing options that are available to them, whether it's suitable for their business or not, and then the possible impacts that it can have on their business. They don't understand the legal documentation that typically go along with these investments. And so they do not know how to even negotiate beneficial terms for them. So we've put together this program to try and bridge the gap between the investors and then the SMEs, so that the SMEs can get access to funding, grow their businesses, and impact the economy.
That's very exciting, because when you speak to most of the SMEs, they think that all that you've spoken about is stressful and boring, and also the money is hand to mouth. Anytime they get the money, is back into it, and they're using that to take care of things. So it doesn't make them prepare themselves for investors. Investors don't find they have the right books or stuff like that to help. So that's exciting. Now we want to know, which of us SMEs listening to you, lovely ladies in the studio today, are eligible to apply, and how do we become part of this?
Okay, so first of all, we are looking at registered Ghanaian SMEs.
Okay.
The business must be registered.
So, and soon I'm here, but I'm not registered. I'm not part.
No, you're not part.
Okay.
And then the business should be championing an innovative solution.
Okay.
Tailored to Ghana's most important needs. So we know that, we understand that, our country is going through a lot, and there's demand for a lot of SMEs in so many sectors.
Yeah.
So we're looking at businesses whose unique offerings or products are tailored to meet the demands of the country at the moment. And we are open to all sectors.
Okay.
All right. So whether it's agribusiness, whether it's green and sustainability,
right,
whether the business is in the creative and culture space, health and pharmaceutical, we are looking at businesses in the retail space. We are open.
Whether it's media, anyone.
We are open.
There's no limits to this.
At all.
But whatever you're doing must just have something sustainable to it, and it must address our critical. Okay, that sounds exciting.
But then the business should be one that is really ambitious. You need that energy. You should come with the energy that you are ready to scale.
Ambition, we have plenty. It's money we lack. As for ambition, we have plenty. It's the money we need, so we'll come. So how long is this program running, and what should we expect from it? Again, is it free? Is there a cost? How is it like?
It's free. It's running for between 6 to 8 weeks. What they should expect a carefully curated program that would feature internal speakers addressing very key topics: corporate governance, legal documentation, funding options, the due diligence process is very important in the funding cycle. The due diligence process, labor issues, IP, data protection, all the things that we have found as lawyers to be challenges to assessing funding. Also, we would have we'll take them through the investment cycle from pitch to funding, and so we'll also have people that have successfully gone through the investment round share their insights with them, what their experience has been assessing funding, going through the process, and then we'll crown it with a pitch session where the businesses can pitch their business ideas or business that they are currently undertaking.
There's money on
to
it.
investors.
There's money on it.
Yes, I mean
Tell me about it. Come on now. So we are pitching to investors, and they will likely put their money into what we're doing. What's the mode of delivery for this? How flexible is it? Because most of us SME people, if you don't go, we don't chop. So if you are taking all our time, as much as we love this, it might be challenging to do. So how flexible is this going to be?
So the program is going to start in August, first week of August. But then we're going to have in-person sessions once a week.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
And we're not going to have it run as a day's event. It's we just have specific time slots that we're going to allocate to the SMEs.
Sounds exciting.
We understand that they have a lot of
things
to take care
the
of.
hustle is hard. The hustle is hard.
And I think we also make available material that they can read over or study.
No, I like that thing. I really like it.
And it looks like you want to apply.
But I don't have any sustainable any hustle. Yeah, just do what I'm saying. So not the one in the waters. So for the SMEs who are interested, what's the deadline? How do we apply?
Okay, so application is now open on our website.
Okay.
www.thecapitalizeproject.com.
Thecapitalizeproject.com.
Okay, we have provided all the information that you would need to help you, have a very smooth application process.
Okay.
There's a starter pack that you can easily download. It's currently on our socials, which is also the Capitalize Project on LinkedIn and then also on Instagram.
Okay.
And so if you visit our website, you'll be able to download the starter pack. We have a simple application form that you're supposed to download and provide, the requested information and upload it back on the website together with some few documentations that we have requested.
Exciting. For those who might find the online application thing a bit intimidating, or maybe we are in parts of the country internet is not very strong, how else can we get in touch with you with questions, or if we need some support for clarity? And, or you say because if we have that challenge then we don't qualify?
It's a Bentiential initiative, so you can reach out to the firm.
Okay.
Our contact numbers are available on our website and
Great.
our socials, and
Fantastic.
we'll help you.
Sounds exciting, ladies.
The deadline for application.
August.
The project is
starting in August.
But the deadline is 13th July.
13th of July.
So
okay, guys. So you heard it here first. The deadline for the application to the Capitalize project is 13th of July. This is a fantastic project that's going to give you all the legal answers, knowledge you need to expand your business and get access to investors and get your business to the rest of the world. There is AFCFTA, so there's a huge market. But the challenge for many is money to scale up and technical knowledge and support as well. So take advantage of this, all ye SME friends out there. Right, very important. Ladies, I'll let you have the last word before you take leave of us.
I think this is a fantastic initiative that
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
It's
so,
brilliant.
You know, we are reaching out to all the SMEs. Please take advantage of this initiative. We understand that it can be challenging to have access to, legal advice when it comes to these things. And a lot of the SMEs that we have in our system struggle to even know the right type of investment option, they should have. And so I am excited that we are doing this as part of our 35th anniversary initiative.
You. God bless you for doing this. And you're saying it's free. That's the part I don't understand properly. It's completely free.
Yes.
Wow.
This is a project that actually means a lot to our managing partner, Seth Asante. And so we are so happy to roll it out. We would entreat all the SMEs to apply. Thank you.
That's amazing, Senna.
Abigail has said it. Please apply and then join this once in a lifetime opportunity. Thank you.
Brilliant. Do you have an SME we could apply?
In fact, I do.
Let's do something.
My sister runs an SME as well. So
Tekura,
exactly.
Amazing.
Right. So she can apply.
Yeah. Is it? They look alike, right? They are twins.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know, Seth. So, Kakra, we have to take advantage of this one.
Get in touch. Absolutely.
Ladies, thank you. It's been fun hanging out with you and exploring the amazing stuff you're doing at Benti, Encho, Lecha, and Ankuma. Senna Bedi, got that right this time. Okay, Senior Associate Abigail Nikoi, Head Business Development Management. Thank you so much.
She's my senior at the bar. So senior. All the best, ladies. Thank you so much.
Junior, you stay with me. On that note, if you're upgrading your office space, please call the experts. You want a healthy chair that takes care of your spine? Call Expert Office Furnish Company Limited for your ergonomic swivel chairs today. Our ergonomic swivel chairs have intelligent seat cushion with dynamic bionic spine pressure relief design. The dynamic smart motion back support technology is equipped with double wing support chips and has great benefits for your health and spine. At Expert Office Furnish Company Limited, we also have executive desk, cabinets, conference, and all office furniture that suits your budget. Locate us off the Atomic Hills Estate Road on the Surrey Junction near ASI Plaza, Ashoman Estates. 0571 386 600 is the number. Alternative 0244 280 532. Find us on our socials. Expert Furnish on Instagram, Expert Office Furnish on Twitter. Our website is expertofficefurnish.com. Expert Office Furnish, your health, your wealth. And when you buy anything, it's got to be the very best. Diamond 42.5 hour grade cement, highest quality cement on the Ghanaian market. We've been in the business since the year 2000. Charlie, you see, watch it. We have quality cement putting smiles on the faces of homeowners, block makers, and supporting numerous constructions with high quality brand rated green by the EPA. Now we have the 32.5 hour grade. That's great value, more affordable. Great value for your pocket. You deserve the very best, so please choose Diamond anytime you have to build. Locate us. We are across the nation, but our factories are in Aplaota, Kredi, and Buepe. Please call us 0244 313 368 0540 111 978. Diamond cement will still as hard as a diamond. Now listen to this. Alpha Delta Pharmacy, Ghana's first drive-through pharmacy, is pleased to announce that it will run its regular 24-hour service all throughout the 4th of July this weekend. So this holiday, we are still working. You need to run by the pharmacy, please. We are waiting for you. Enjoy our drive-through service at the Ring Road branch, where you are served from the comfort of your car. Alpha Delta Kolebu branch will also run its usual 24-hour service, while our Laboni branch will open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. All our branches offer pickup or delivery services, so you don't need to worry at all. Just call us 055140009. Give us a call, we deliver. Alpha Delta Pharmacy wishes all cherished clients a very happy Republic Day weekend. Now you spoke and we heard you. DSTV has cooked something absolutely amazing just for you. An upgrade to the next higher package, and that's on us. Oh yeah, that's on us. All you need to do is pay your subscription today and get an instant upgrade onto the next higher package for free. It doesn't get any better than that. For those of you who love your football, you'll enjoy the FIFA Club World Cup. Best of drama for those who love them. Awesome entertainment for the kids as well. The reality shows, novellas, epic Ghanaian talent, family fun, and the best live sports. If you love the documentaries like myself, then you can watch the animals do their thing. Yeah, the animals. So just pay today using *759#. *759# or any of our other payment options is a promo that's available from now to the end of this month. T's and C's apply. DSTV is your home of entertainment.
What have you done to me? I don't know. Yeah. What have you done to me? I don't know. Believe me, believe me, believe me. It got to be you. I need you. I need you for my family. Believe me, believe me. It got to be you. I need you. I need you for my family. It must be you. It must be you. Oh, I need you. I need you for my family. It must be you. It must be you. Oh, I'm weak. I need you. I need you for my family. Oh, baby, oh, been in love with you for days. Done day with you for so long. I'm crazy, oh.
This is
Girl,
Citi.
I'm crazy over you. Now
Oh.
I go do to make you know. What do you want? Believe if you know, believe me. I will not deceive you.
Oh, Abeku Odum, the richest man. He knows how to brighten my day. It's a favorite one from the camp of Johnny Drill. He says, believe me. He has this with Don Jazzy is on this one as well, right? Oh, yeah. Just believe me. To the Pokwase of Anko people, please, I've joined your WhatsApp platform. I'm told Pombaria people to have a WhatsApp platform and they've added me. Please, I am grateful for adding me. More fire. Luta continua. Some of your messages are here. I heard the contractor responsible for the Insaom Road is the one doing the motorway.
I need you for my family. It must be you.
Good morning, Bernard and team. Concerning this issue you're talking about on the Amasaman and in Sawam Road, I used that stretch last Friday, and some of the uncompleted footbridges are without guardrails, and they were used by school children, and it's so dangerous. This is serious. Wow, I didn't even notice that. Please, to the resident engineer and the contractors, kindly pay attention to the guardrails that the school kids are using. The footbridges without guardrails. Very important message. You didn't add your name. Thank you so much. Please, can we get details of the traffic watchers? Please, our kids go to school in that area. That's satellite, but we work in town, and it's unbearable. It's not just about the traffic because the road is terrible. Even if you leave as early as 4:30 a.m., you still cannot avoid the traffic. It's hard to achieve work-life balance on this stretch. And this one says, to be honest, the road issue from Amasaman to Nsawam is becoming a death trap now, especially when it rains. Hotspots, China Mall Junction, where I vividly remember four died and several others. Okay, so there was an accident, people died. Okay. Number 2 is Media Junction, where vehicles coming from Kotoku, that's the Onion Market, Voltic Rush, and others are located. You cannot get access to the main road, leading to a heavy traffic there. Right. Dobro is another hotspot. There is no overpass for school children to use that stretch. Several accidents have happened, especially last year. I humbly wish your team visits the road before the weekends. Thank you, Sonny. We appreciate your message. And what we are learning is that the contractor has still not been paid after 15 months. So the issue is quite, concerning here. On that note, I will be leaving the stage as Antina. On the airwaves. She'll be taking over with Branch of the City. The best time on radio is yet to come. Thank you for spending time with us here on your favorite City Breakfast Show. My name is Caleb Kuda Elia. Bernardino Kukuavle was here together with Francisca Kakraforsen. We had big interviews. Thank you for being a part of it. In the meantime, Ejubi Riafia Kenting is here with the news at 10. Good morning, Ejubi.
Good morning, Caleb. Coming up